And the year of 2020, it's been like one big bad dream. There's so much happening in this world we're living in today.
Yeah.
Feelings, so much hate right in front of our face. And you know I'm right. We've got to find a better solution to cut back on all the confusion. Now love is the way of mending. Let's just come together and start winning. Don't look back. F2020. We can all agree to just F2020. People was dying and people was crying every other day. People were losing and couldn't pay their bills cause they didn't have no pay. Some lost their jobs. That damn pandemic shook our lives and people just lost the faith. Now that's a doggone shame. That was a terrible year and a really bad way to live. Now love is the way of mending. Let's just come together and start winning. Don't look back on 2020. We can all just F2020. Let me F things up right here. Oh! There's gotta be a better way. We were hoping for a brighter day. Now love is the way of mending. Said we gotta come together and start a win. Oh, love is the way of mending. Said we all got to come together and start winning. Don't look back. F2020. F2020. Everybody help me say F2020. This is my story. See, you thought you caught me slipping, but I was at the top of my game. Oh yeah, you thought that I was so busy to even notice all of the sneaky things you used to do. I used to watch you work so hard, trying to catch me doing something wrong. Oh yeah. You see, I gave everything till I didn't have nothing left. Baby, guess what? You play yourself. That's what you did. You played the doggone self. Woo! Now you're of telling your friends that I was no good for you. You're making up so many stories, trying to convince everybody that your story is true. Oh yeah, but all of them know that I'm a good man, and everything that I did was all about you. Oh yeah. Now I gave everything till I didn't have nothing left. I'm so sorry, baby, you play yourself. I know it's hard right now, but you played your doggone self. Woo! Listen, now if your lover is always checking on you, it's because they trying to cover up all the dirt they do. Said I didn't say nothing, neither was the brother tripping, because all the time you was checking on me, you was slipping. Now that it's all over, I forgive you, baby, but I moved on. I found me another lover, and I don't have to worry about her checking my cell phone when I lay down at night. Baby, you had a good thing in me, but baby, you never treated me right. It's all over now. You see, I gave everything till I didn't have nothing left. By now you know you played yourself. That's what you did. You played your doggone self. I know it's hard on you right now. You played yourself. It's too bad, too bad. Oh, I hate you did it to yourself. Oh. All right. Play on it now. Mrs. Jones. Woman, I got to leave you alone. It get hard sometimes, but I realize, oh, Mrs. Jones, yes, I've got to learn to leave you alone. And right now, with a mind it seems impossible, but I realize if I don't leave you alone, I'm gonna fool around here and lose my home. Won't that be a shame? Oh, at my house, I wanna let you know I got a wife, 4 little girls, and a dog. I wanna let you know that everything is fine there. Oh, at my house, y'all, I got a beautiful wife, 4 little girls, and a dog. And they don't give me no trouble. I better stop being foolish now. If I don't, I'm gonna mess around and lose it all. Yeah, won't that be a shame? Y'all excuse me, let me play something. Ow! This thing that we had was great, but I've come to my senses right now. I got to turn it loose before I lose my home. Ow! Feels like home to me. Come on. Are y'all ready? I want to know something. Can we do it? Yeah. All right. Let's go on down here to get this. Everybody, I want you to follow me down to the way down in Mississippi.
Cat,
What's that?
what's up, man?
Oh man, I'm trying to get it in. Can you see me?
I got you, Doc.
All right.
I got you.
Cool.
Let me make sure we go and get Moses on here. So give me 1 second. Let me get make sure Moses get on here.
You good?
Oh, it feels like a juke joint to me. Here's another thing happening. There's
Where you at? All right, we waiting on you. Yeah.
down there in Mississippi, down at the way down in Mississippi at the There's a lot of dancing going on down in Mississippi at the the real let me knock a hole in it. All right. Yeah. Let me see you dance. One more thing. There's food, drinks, and a good time down in Mississippi at the juke joint. Let's go down to the juke joint. Oh, you can find the best food in the world. Drinks and have a good time down at the juke joint. In Mississippi at the juke joint. Well, let's go down to the juke joint. I said down in Mississippi where it's going on at the juke joint. Where you can find the real blues, the real good food at the juke joint. No trouble, no worries down at the juke joint. Oh, what we live for the music, and the music is good juke joint. In Mississippi, where you can find some down home blues at the juke joint. You can have a real good time down at the juke joint. I wanna know, do you really wanna go down to the juke joint? Well, if you really wanna go, follow me down to the juke joint. Let's go down to the juke joint. Drive down 55. Stop in Magnolia, Mississippi. There's a juke joint there. By the name of Sipp. You can get your juke joint on. Drive up 55. Stop in Jackson, Mississippi. There's a couple juke joints there. My favorite F. Jones Corner. Then you got Holly Myles. And get there, you can just dance. Everybody dance. Come on, dance. Let me see you dance. Have a mighty good time. Let's have a good time. Let's have a good time. Let's have a good time.
And we're gonna give Josh about 2 more minutes.
Okay,
And God bless. So okay.
No, I'm good. I'm just editing, doing some stuff, so we good.
I got you.
Let's have a call your friend, tell a partner, tell somebody, come to Mississippi and let's have a good time. I need you to come on. Let's have a mighty good time. Let's have a mighty good time. Come on down to Mississippi where you can find the juke joint. Let me do something make me feel better. I've got a real bad feeling, and it's driving me insane. Said I've got a real bad feeling, and it's driving me insane.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, something is telling me that my baby's got another man. Now she don't treat me like she used to. She's always in a nasty mood. Oh, she don't treat me like she used to. She's always in a nasty mood. This is what you do when a cell phone rings. She smiles, cause it must be that other dude. She used to smile when I come home, but now she just looks the other way. All right, all right. Oh, she used to smile when I come home.
All right, we are here. We are here. At that one, and the crowd went crazy, Josh. Hey, Sipp.
Yes, sir.
Hey, these hand claps sound like the one you sent me a long time ago, right? Hey, Josh. Can you hear me, Josh? I can't hear you, Josh. Okay, I still can't hear you. Josh having a little technical difficulties. Y'all see he fancy over there. He got the good mic. We're gonna call him fancy. Hey, but Kat, hey, I remember you sent me those hand claps and you said, hey, I got you, bro. Say something again, Josh.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Sir.
Cat!
Hey.
What's happening, boy?
Hey, Bob!
Hey, Josh. Cat sent me some hand claps one time, right? Some audience. And he said, yeah, this come from Michael Jackson concert. Hey, I was honored, man. I'm like, hey, look, I still got them. I still got those samples.
Yeah. I was stealing them from just stuff offline. I was grabbing them. I took a contact man and said, okay, yeah, I want these Michael Jackson hand claps right here, boy.
Hey, they crisp too.
Yeah.
I think Cat even sent me some praise and worship samples. Like they were saying hallelujah and whatnot in the background. I think he sent me those too. So if you hear some of that on one of my records come out here, yeah, they come from Mississippi.
Work it.
So listen, man, we would like to welcome everybody to this podcast. Listen, man, we try to talk about things the everyday musician talk about. Today, man, me and myself and Josh, we have Josh. We're gonna let you introduce. Go, Josh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get ready to put your hands together for world renowned, awesome producer, guitarist, blues man, Mr. Sipp himself, Cat Cole. We got Cat Cole in the building.
What's going on, y'all?
Yes, sir.
The crowd went crazy. Hey, Cat, it sounds like one of the orders overseas, though, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, Josh.
Well, so Cat, just give us a rundown of how you got started, man. How you got started in this business.
Oh, I don't want to get shit down. We do not. I and Josh don't own the rights to this music that we're playing. This is Mr. Sipp's music. We have Mr. Sipp here live. Okay, so before people cut us off.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Josh.
They do have permission to play it right now. So,
Thank you, Sipp.
uh,
Thank you.
um, well, everybody know. Well, for those that don't know my real name, it's not Mr. Sipp. It's Castro Coleman. Um, and I've been around for a long time. I started touring regionally when I was 14. Um, Started touring nationally when I was 11th grade. We had a group called Vibe. That's me, my brother, and my two first cousins. And we did some opening and stuff for the Williams brothers back then, 1992. From there, once one of my cousins got drafted in Desert Storm, my brother got married. Um, my cousin Pat got married and moved to Louisiana. That's how I started the True Believers. In 1995, I was a freshman in college. And went back to the Williams brothers. We had a deal with the group Vibe. We had a record deal with Blackberry, so that didn't go through because my brothers and everybody got married and stuff. So I ended up taking that ideal back to the Williams brothers, the True Believers ideal to the Williams brothers, and they didn't say no. They didn't say yes right off, but they didn't say no. They wanted to see was we gonna stick. So we did a year, a solid year on our own. Cut a little cassette tape, uh, and made some noise, and ended up getting a deal with them in '96, and just been pushing and pressing ever since then. And that was pretty much like the major start uh, for me as an individual, as a songwriter, producing my own stuff, singing my own songs, trying to create and generate a brand and a style. Um, I say it took wings around 95, 96.
Nice info, man. Hey, Kat, you mentioned Pat. Is this the
Mhm.
same Pat that's on True Believers album?
Mhm.
Man, I didn't know that was your cousin, man.
Yeah,
I
Pat
think
is
Pat
my
do I Don't Need No Rocks, right? Is that right, Josh?
no. Pat led Stranger in the City.
Trains in the
My
City. Yeah.
my other cousin Terry, um, he led Ooh Wee. I don't need no rocks and stuff. And
Man,
we had a
I didn't know that was
yeah,
your cousins.
yeah. That's pretty much family, man.
Yeah.
Um, you know, on that live DVD, you had Terry, which was my cousin. Pat was my cousin. Dwayne was my brother-in-law. Um, Lance played auxiliaries. That was my little cousin. You know, we pretty much raised Reggie. Well, Reggie, Lance, and Dwayne, the drummer. They was all classmates, still in high school. So it was just pretty much like family, man. Pretty much like family. And even now, the True Believers, the new True Believers, actually the kids that was running around in the floor doing the live recording back then. So still in the family, is making a full circle. Some the babies that was shouting in the floor and running and playing now is the part of the group now. So
And Kat, so speaking on that True Believers album, I think you produced that album, right?
mhm.
So how many years back was this?
that was 20. That album. We recorded that album in 2000. Yeah, I think September of 2000. I think we released it in 2001. So we talking over 20 some years ago.
And Josh, I promise I can still push play today and be like, wow.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
with that album, what I did was I wanted um at that time I seen so much stuff being half done, and by us being a new group at the time, we had created a buzz with that first "Don't Count Me Out" album with Blackberry. I wanted our stuff. I had a thing about our stuff sitting in the stores on the shelf beside you know, the Williams brothers, the Winans. I wanted our stuff to look just as good. So Kirk Franklin and Fred Hammond all use this company out of Dallas, um, Omega Sounds, for their albums. And at that point, like other than I think the Williams brothers, live in Jackson, Mississippi, the concert video. It was nothing like that on that level. And I was, man, I was in a time that I was trying to prove a point, man. I like, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. So I I used Omega Sounds. We had two 18-wheeler trucks to pull behind the college, with lights, cameras, the crane. They built the crane inside of the auditorium. You know, uh, Believe it or not, man, I spent like $5,000 on flowers that's on that stage. Um, that was my mom's favorite flower. Um, so I bought $5,000 for flowers. That's just how serious I was about the visual of this record. And I wanted to be one that 20 years from that day, I could still play it and be like, wow. So the mission was accomplished. And I
Wow.
would say the budget that I spent on that album didn't go in vain. I've made that money back times 12 and still receiving money off of that album. So the investment was worth it.
Wow.
Cat,
Mhm.
$5,000 on the flower.
On flowers, man. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was just on flowers.
So
So
just
that was about a $48,000 project.
thank you.
Yeah.
I
And
think
that's
that
what
was around the same price of Josh, that One More Blessing album. I think it's between 40 and 50.
yeah, and that's with you know, them coming in, and then the overdubbing in the studio and stuff like that, packaging. That's pretty much an overall budget price for that record, man. And for a 26-year-old, that's a lot of money.
Right. 40 years.
Cat, what are some of the other things that went into that record after recording, after the stage and the $5,000 flowers, after the overdubs and all that? What's some of the other stuff y'all had to spend bread on?
Mixing and mastering, video synchronizing, um, uh, believe it or not, getting the album cover design, um, trying to decide if we're going to go with a one-fold, two-fold, four-fold, and I wanted it all. I wanted a big layout. Um, then we had to spend money on getting somebody to work that album. Um, I'm not sure. I don't remember who worked that album. I don't know if Talisa worked that album or
So, Kat, when you say work that album, now, for some of our viewers, you need to just a little bit go in detail. What is work that album?
So work that album back then, because it's different now. But back then, you would hire a PR person, public relations person, to be sure that album get out to all radio stations, and not only just get to the radio station, but you stay on that station to play that album. Not only stay on that station to play that album, but request that station in return do a radio interview with the artist. And that was very important. And back then, Quartet had radio pool. I mean, we had position in radio. I would say this: at that particular time, Quartet, that's 2001 is when radio started becoming syndicated, and they having program directors, and they started. That was the first phase of Sean and Quartet off the radio. And I think they started at around 2000. So by the time we released this album, it was pretty much full in effect. If you wasn't one of the established pros catching the traditional segment of a station, you just didn't get played. Me with my smart self, I figured if I put a choir, if I wrote a worship song and put a choir back, I could get on syndicated radio station. Well, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know the story. Like, the True Believers did not want to sing that song in this place. Like, they hated that song. I mean, if you go back and look at the video, you can look at their posture when we doing that song. It's like, dude, we sang an old choir song, That was the song that landed the True Believers on every Hallelujah station, every syndicated station
Yes, sir.
across the country. And I knew that it would do that. Not only did it do that, it was me having a plan to build a relationship, with churches. Meaning, back then we would be out a Friday night, then we have a show a Saturday night, may have a show a Sunday in a city. But if you got a song that the church love, and you can catch a church service that Sunday morning.
That
So
Sunday
what
morning.
I so what I end up doing back in 2001 is we would do our show Friday night, we would do our show Saturday night. Uh, I get with a local church in the next city, you know, send that song ahead. They choir learn that song, and I go in there Sunday morning and sing it and pick up $2,500 to $3,000 for a Sunday morning service.
Mhm.
The weird thing is I couldn't get the group to come, so it was just me, and at that time, I ain't gonna lie, Chris, Josh, I was a little hot headed, so I would come back. I would come back, like, bam, here's look what I did. So the second leg of that, it was me and the band. The band got smart. The band started coming, and and it was just we were just breaking bread on Sunday mornings. That was every city that we hit. Every weekend, I was catching a Sunday morning service, picking up an extra anywhere on the low from 1,500, you know, on the high side to 3,000. Plus, um, the conversation I had with the pastor is speak to your congregation and let them know I got 100 CDs, 100 DVDs, you know, and speaking to them to buy it. And that's what he did. So that was whatever they paid me, the honorarium they paid me, plus at least 100 CDs I was moving every Sunday morning, you know.
So
So Josh,
So
he was working the album on his end also.
that's
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Some people think, "Cat, hey man, I'm dropping this fire. I'm dropping this
Yeah.
fire." You may think it's fire, but don't nobody else know about the fire.
Right.
that
Right. And
that and one thing I like about it, you wrote a song, Cat, that they could sing in church.
mhm.
And that helped. That's also a part of you working that record as well, because
Yeah.
you put something on that record. A lot of times, well, a lot of time I like to tell folk when we doing this gospel music, whatever genre of gospel music you in, you you, you selling the church people. You selling the church folk.
Oh yeah.
So why
It's
not
it
give them something they can sing in church?
and this was the thing. Even before I did that, gearing towards the church, the choirs, and the other side is, I would say Melvin and Doug always stayed on us about writing these songs for male choruses. You, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
you got to have at least one or two male chorus songs on your record, you
Hmm.
know. And I fast forward, but when they taught me that, let's fast forward to the True Believers' very last album, um, sounds that we grew up on. For me, that's an entire male chorus album. Like every song on there is a male chorus album, a male chorus record, um, and it works for me in ways that guys that's doing it for full time should take heed to that. And I know I'm a musician, so I hear
Right.
a lot. I want to play a lot. I want a lot of fat cars. I want a lot of breaks and chops and stuff because I'm a musician. But from a producer standpoint, and then now I try to produce songs and records not for me as a musician, not for you guys as musicians, but for everyday church listeners, blues listeners, everyday ordinary people, stuff that they can catch on to, stuff that they can hum in their shower, stuff that people know they can't sing, but they can. It's easy enough for them to, you know, approach it. That's what makes a record. That's what makes a song, and that's one part of what makes a song to me. Of course, you have to do some leg work, but
Right.
that there, man, it, you have male choruses, man, and guys that's been thumping around on the bass, Chris, for 38 years and still ain't learned nothing. But if you give them a simple, simple pattern, man, they'll play that, hump their shoulders, and you know, eh, that's what you want. You want that stuff. So on the first live album I did with the New True Believers, that's something about that name. Man, they're singing that song in a lot of churches, because it's
Something
just
about
that
that name.
it's just that type of song that people across the board is picking up on it. The new record, there's a lot of people singing a lot of those songs off of that album, and that just be my goal. And it don't be too popular amongst the musician clique, or sometimes the artist clique, but they don't understand the business of it. You can't afford to worry about what's popular with them. I was taught that we as musicians, we don't buy tickets, we don't even buy albums. Um, I see a new thing happening now, and like I said, Chris, you're one of the ones that I see do it. When people have new music, you buy it and post it. That's very rare
Yeah,
from a musician standpoint. So I appreciate you and I applaud you tonight for trying to help break that generational curse.
got
You
to,
know,
man.
but yeah, most of the times we don't buy music. We don't buy tickets to shows because we musicians. We either figure we should get in or we playing for somebody. So it's not a thing for us. So with me writing and producing stuff in this season of my life, I do not have a musician on my mind. I even have to go back and sometimes strip my stuff down from what I hear, because I'm like, okay, that was a fat run on the guitar, but like, what guitar player I know you're gonna be able to play that?
Who can
You,
duplicate that, right?
you get what I'm saying? So, and a lot of times when they can't duplicate it, that's the song they shy away from.
That's
And
the issue.
and it makes sense to me because like when I was back in the early '90s when I was keyboard player for a church, I didn't want to learn those songs that was complicated. I mean, give me something that's straight ahead, and that's what I teach to the choir, and we did 6 or 7 years of easy stuff, versus the complex stuff. And I was like, that's the same mentality I use with the music now. I want to be the guy that's putting out simple music. Um, and like I said, now I might not get a lot of smoke and a lot of praise on Facebook now from the 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 in clique or the young clique or the older music, whatever. I don't worry about all that. I worry about my bank account. You get what I'm saying? And it's real, from my music, so it's
Cat, let me ask you this. So
mhm.
I just tell me if I'm right or wrong. Mr. Sipp Castro, he does this for a living.
Oh yeah.
This is how he take care of his family.
Mhm.
So that need to be understood from a understandable standpoint. Cat, you said that album that y'all did, you did it 20 years ago.
Over
Hey,
20 years ago.
over 20 years ago. So again, I stated, so Josh, I can listen to the album today and like still got the groove. So, Cat, would you say I was taught a synonym, antonym, whatever it's called. It's called KISS. Keep it simple,
Mhm.
stupid.
Mhm.
Okay, it was a lady that taught. She taught me how to teach GED, and that's the words that she got. You need to keep it simple. Would you say that you have followed that little trend? Well, you set your own trend, but follow that rule of thumb in order to cater to the male courses, to cater to the everyday church. Uh, would you say that you have followed that, not overproducing the album, but giving the people what they want, what they can comprehend? Would you say that?
I did. I fell off when I got the group highly favored. When I started the group highly favored, I was attacking quartet from a different angle. Um, I had a different vision for where I wanted to go, and it worked. Um, I needed to be at that point. Radio was not playing quartet, so um, and I did get on radio, syndicated radio, with "Hurt Before You Heal." If you go back and listen at that Time Out album, that's a neo soul groove to the bone, you know. But that crossed me over to syndicated radio station. Uh, Allowed me to do stuff like the Kojic convention, the Ames convention, you know, And then I was able to deliver my traditional quartet, but I needed something. I needed a front face to get me in certain doors, and I knew suits and neckties and the same color shoes wasn't gonna do it. So we did the jerseys, the jeans, the jumpsuits, the bow ties. You know, I grew my dreads. I did everything against the rule of what we know uh, to cater to a different audience, and it worked, man. It worked. We went on Bobby Jones with referee jerseys and a freaking basketball. It worked. It worked. Um, and my music wasn't as simple. It was. My music wasn't simple, but my message was.
Yes,
So
sir.
I didn't complex my message. I didn't try to oversing. I'm not a singer. I say that real loud on this speaker. I'm not a singer.
You're singing that. You're singing.
No, I can sing me. You get what I'm saying? Uh, my grandfather taught me something that stuck with me. It was like, if you ever become the best version of yourself, then you're forced to be reckoned with. So no, I'm not a singer, but now when it comes to singing Castro, hey doc, you know, yeah, I'm gonna do it exactly the way Castro's supposed to do it in the range. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned how to perform. I learned how I learned how to maneuver my way in and out of any situation. And with that, me studying and being the best version of me, that kills the doubt of fear of position of where you put me, who you put me behind, who you put me in front of, how late you put me up, how early you put me up. None of that don't matter because I'm gonna stand on that stage at any given time and now give the people the best of me. And I'm pretty confident in me, Chris. You
Hey,
know,
man, you mean you don't, man? Hold on now. You don't get mad when you don't close. Now you got to close every show, don't you?
no, I don't get mad, and this is the thing. I see closing in a different light. You know, I wish that promoters would sometimes see it different too. Sometimes when you have me to close after 6 or 7 more groups done wore the people out and people gone home. Now I'm the guest that you pay the most money, but I'm singing to the less people. Something about that don't make
Right.
sense
It
to me.
don't make sense.
You get what I'm saying? You know, and I'm not an artist with a prideful mindset of because I did this, or I've done this, I've been this, I've sold these many CDs or whatever that I should be closing this show. I don't care, man. Like, you know, I'd rather sing to people than to sing to who's left. You know, so that's one thing on the gospel side. I I really hope some promote and what they be trying to do. Their mindset is we're gonna hold you to the end and hold the people. But man, when people get tired, people gone. They're
Um,
gonna leave, you know. And then it's hard on a headliner or a closer when you got to sing to a tired crowd and it's a few of them. So now if you don't shake that building, oh, Josh and them didn't do nothing. Well, no, Josh and them just some of the people that was there for 7 hours and then heard all the local groups that live there, you know. Now you want them to come and revive the place. Come on. No, put them up, you know, 3 and a half hours after the program start, you know, crowd is fresh, they're ready for something, and you know the local groups. And when I say local, that's not demeaning, but the groups that's closer to home, you know, that you see every weekend. If the people decide to stay and hear them, you know, so be it. You know, but
so, Mr.
it's
Sipp, that sound like a Josh. That sound like a whole a chapter 3 conversation to the promoters.
That
uh,
real deal.
well, and not to jump on the promoters, but I would say this: some of the promoters handle things like that simply because you had some previous groups saying, "Hey, I'm such and such and such,
I
and I
close.
ain't and I ain't singing, you know, I ain't singing third. I ain't saying I want to close." And so it's kind of on it's a two-way street, you know. But I hope that sooner than later it can be resolved.
Yeah.
Right now, if I don't take quartet shows if it's 8 or 9 groups on there and I gotta close. It's not that I gotta close. It's either everybody need to be on a time limit because I don't want to travel a certain far and sit through 20 groups and then sing to 18 people when it was 500 in there. I rather stay at home and ride my tractor.
Josh, Josh, that just makes sense. Like, would you consider that common sense?
Yeah,
That's common sense.
It's good sense because I'm in full agreement with you, Cat.
And I wanna make a note on here that nothing I say on here is demeaning to anybody.
Right,
So I
right,
don't.
right.
I do understand we do live in a sensitive time, and you have to be careful what you say
Yeah.
because it'll be misconstrued. So I am stating for the record that nothing I say is to demean nobody. It's all in the intent to either make something better or to help. I would drag and dog myself before I try to drag and dog anybody else.
So y'all
That's
continue to book Mr. Sipp, Castro, and everybody. We just talking about things that people sort of stray away from that needs to be talked about. So it's
right.
not throwing any shade to anybody or whatnot. So,
Exactly.
hey man, hold on one second. We're gonna step away. Listen, man, guess who just joined us? Josh, I ain't heard from this cat since my gospel 4 days. Kendrick Blair.
Blab be on the channel, brother.
Didn't know that.
Blab come hang out with us, man.
Remember Blair?
Yeah.
Blair was a ticking metronome. Like he didn't need a metronome. I never forget. Blair told this is my last one. Blair said, "Hey man, I'm the only one who can play for George." He told me that one time. All right, cat. Okay. But Josh, what you got, man? Hey, one more thing. And I'm finished. I'm Josh, you gotta do some more talking.
I'm coming.
Cause I'm taking notes. I see you taking notes too,
I am.
Being slick, man. Cat said he put an album out. Basically, if I'm comprehending this right, Cat, would you say that when you putting the album together, as far as songs, you probably got 30, 40 songs or more, but roughly you're gonna do a 10, 12 track album.
Right.
It's not the first 12 you see. Would you not? Do you? For one, you concentrate on these songs. You think about what can serve the people the most. What's different? What can serve all audience? What do you? Is that even a thing that you even think about when you putting an album together? We ain't talking about people going in, they push record. It's a lot of stuff happened way prior to you getting behind a Newman microphone. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
would you think that? I'm listening.
For every record that I've cut, if you saw 12 tracks, that was 25 songs wrote.
Come on.
25. It was 25 songs prepared, and then there's a process. There's a process that I go through. One process is I try to take me out of the equation on the top end, versus saying, I love this song. Well, I'm not gonna buy now record of mine. I will not buy it. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, I can't put everything I love on this album. I got to try to figure out what's fitting for the people, what's going on. I only watch TV, read the newspaper and stuff during the time I'm getting ready to cut an album because I have to see what's going on in the world and see what the world needs through music. Find out what's going on in the world. It's the only time I pretty much watch TV and stuff like that is when I'm preparing to cut a record. The other thing is how can I put me a show together off of this album? Meaning I sell the mass majority of my product from that stage. So how can I put some songs together that's gonna help me build a show to service this album live? And that's one of my biggest focus. I you know how people cut some records and they can't do the songs because it's a studio song or no, man, I don't have a studio song. My entire record is something. It's pretty much like a show. And if you play one of my blues records from the beginning to the end, you'll see that it's lined up like a show. Fast, medium, slow, fast, medium. It has a move to it. And then it has a beginning and it have a conclusion. So I put all of that in mind you know. And fortunate, most of my records I've been the producer, so I don't. Every artist is not a producer. You get what I'm saying? And every producer don't understand artists.
Hey,
And let me touch on that just a little bit. If you're a producer that don't understand artistry, then you know that's something I feel like you need to look into. Sometimes you have to kind of feel what the artist, what their concept is, and then you produce the best of that concept versus changing that artist and changing that artist's concept. I think a producer, and this is just me, and I could be wrong, but it has worked for me for over 20 some years, is not to ever change the identity of a group unless they want you to or allow you to, but to take the best of that group and produce the best of that group. You know, my uncles, man, they're my heroes. They got a group here called the Gospel Survivors, man. And I grew up going to their rehearsals on Thursday, you know, and being at their programs when I was young. Well, my uncle gave me an opportunity, you know, to produce a record 5 years ago, you know. And I know it's certain things they can't do, certain things they can do, certain things they're accustomed to. But I'll be honest, man, you know, for a local group, they got one of the most solid albums that came out of Pike County, out of this, you know, southern Mississippi area.
Hey,
You
clean
know,
your house up, Josh.
man, look, it'll blow your mind, and it's them. It's them. I produced them. You know, I didn't try to change them, and that was a lesson for a lot of the producers here in my area. Is stop trying to change people to the new way or this way, man. If you produce the best of what they are, man, you'll have yourself a product. You know, and I'm saying if my uncles was decide to travel and take the next step, I believe they'd have made a lot of real noise, like real noise, you know. And it's songs that churches here now are singing off their album. It's funny to me when I go to church and I hear them singing "I'm blessed, better than blessed," you know, some of the songs that's on my uncle's album, you know, and they don't really know where it really come from, you know. So that's the thing, man.
And that's hot, Josh. What you got?
that's good stuff right there, Cat. That's one thing I had to learn early on.
Mhm.
Cause us being young cat, we were tired of that old stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
But there's a lot of old groups, and after a while, so a lot of those old concepts are still in effect in music today. It just look different, or it may sound different, but it's the same principle.
yeah.
As a straight pattern, holding
Hmm.
a pattern, and lock it up,
Yeah,
and let it sit. I mean, really, if you pay attention to a lot of R&B music, it's the same thing round and round. It's
yeah. Yeah, it's just over and over and over and over and over. And what that does is anything repetitive sticks. It's like programming. It's like
just
programming. But we get in the mode, and I do. Like I I laugh at myself because when I'm cutting a record and I'm doing stuff by myself, I double work myself. I have to get it out of my system. So my first takes, I might finish the whole song and know I've overplayed, but I had to get it out of my system. And I'm like,
yes, sir.
okay, now let me go back and relay this for real. Because ain't no way I can have all this going on. But it feels so good to me, but I'm like, man, can't nobody digest this. And this is another way to look at it, Josh and Chris. Music is like food. If you have something that's good to you, easy to digest, you're gonna keep going to the table. You're gonna keep going to the table. But if you get some fish, you get some fish with some bones in it, and one of them bones get caught in your throat, ain't too many times you're gonna go back at that fish.
Right.
So I look at music as food for the soul, and if it's simple enough for the soul to digest it and stick and put that weight on you, then that's what I'm targeting for. You know.
Josh, watch this. Watch this. He said music is for the soul. I mean, I got it all down packed, the quote. And all of a sudden the song just came on. Listen to this, Sipp. And you tell me when you put this together, like, and look, Sipp, I done listen to all your albums. We done gig together, play together, whatnot. I done listen to your music. For some reason, I have never listened to strings attached. It just popped up on my phone because I'm playing your stuff. And I guess this may be a track, Josh, that he don't do. Is blah blah blah.
I do it. That's a very popular song out there. Especially like when I'm in like theaters or something, I'm doing an intimate setting.
Yeah.
It's a song, man. It's telling a story. It's straight ahead. It's one of my favorites to be exact.
Oh my God, Josh, let's just do 30 seconds of 30 seconds, and man, this it brings you home, and it just popped up. Here we go.
I've got something on my mind. I want to get out right now. If you don't mind, don't say nothing, baby. Just hear me out.
Man, all I needed was those first 30 seconds.
And the
where I
metaphor
need
of
to
it
be.
is, there's gonna be strings attached. I'm a guitar player, so in this relationship, don't question me about my music or the time that I'm putting in my music. And those are the strings that's attached to me with this relationship. I'm gonna find the time for you. We're gonna do what we got to do, but then there's strings attached, which is, you get what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
So
Yes, sir.
it's more than just words. It's a metaphor to it. Strings attached. I'm a guitar player. These are the strings that's attached to me, which is the strings that's attached to this relationship is my music. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
man, it's a song. The lyrics.
That's a key message of a songwriter too.
Right.
You put it in the
Man,
song.
why you never heard this? Like, why you ain't never say, "Hey, Paul, we're gonna put this in the set"? Like, you ain't never said this. Like, what have been?
Man,
I'm excited.
Hey,
this is
Paul,
the thing, Chris. I made a pact with my kids. Chris, I have so much music, man, that the world haven't heard. And God forbid if anything happened to me, I tell people, and Jeff, well, the guys in that rides in the van or whatever we go, they never hear the same CD ever. And right now with Mr. Sipp, we've been rolling for 12 years and they ain't heard the same CD yet. Um, if something ever to happen to me, my kids can release an album each year for the next 30 years that's already completed and in album form. Uh, Easily for the next 30 years, whether it be blues or gospel, funk, R&B, whatever. There's a catalog here between the two locations, just full of songs, man, full of stuff and it's good stuff, man. I'm not so quick to just put stuff out these days because the marketing part of it is getting worse and worse. How to market it is getting worse and worse. Um, I'm learning so much about the industry uh, that I'm not as fond of the industry as I was when I was younger. Uh, I'm at a point in my life where things has to make sense. I do at this point do a seminar. Uh, I'm speaking about fame versus success, and in that seminar, I carry a brick from the build. I bought a building when I had the restaurant and stuff. That building was built in 1775. Anyway, they had a few bricks from that building that just come attached from the bottom. So I have one of those bricks. That brick is as solid as it was in 1775 today. Then I carry a light bulb. The light bulb represents fame. The brick represents success. A lot of times we see that light bulb, which is so fragile that will blow at any time. If it blow, break, or anything, it's of no value of nobody. that brick was detached from that building, and that brick still have the same value, because if I put mortar in between it and stack it on top of another brick, it's just as solid as it was the first day it come. So I'm on this whole trail now. Success over fame. I'll choose success any day, and I'll back from fame. Fame is only a light, a temporary light, uh, with no meaning. It's really no meaning. This building I'm in now, you see the lights, you see blue lights, you see yellow lights, this, that, and other. But the brick on the outside of it is what's really holding this building up. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
This building has been here. It's been storms, it's been freezes and everything, and the outside of this building is still standing. If I'd have left the door open during any storm, any freeze, everything on the inside that's up under this light wouldn't be no good.
That's
So
right.
what would you rather be? The inside that's shining all the time, temporarily, or that foundation out there that sometimes get overlooked, but you just as solid as a rock. You steady, you ain't going nowhere, and you holding up everything that people think isn't important.
That's
I,
good.
and the success of this building, meaning the inside will depreciate quicker than the outside.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying? The
Yes, sir.
outside of this building it's going to only keep going up in value. Everything on the inside of here is decreasing daily.
Yes, sir.
So that's a life lesson there. From a musician standpoint, man. Chris, and I'm just talking because I can talk. Chris, I seen a while back, you encourage musicians, to get a real job. That, I I agree.
Well,
I
hold on, hold on. I wouldn't have said it like that. What I was saying is, and you may want to help me out with the post. I was saying that I think the musician today can do both while trying to get the music thing off the ground. I'm saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because having a family, I'm gonna be straight up with you. God done bless me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But this house I got, I couldn't have took the gospel 4 letter that they gave me to the bank, and Fred Cook gave me some money, Josh. I couldn't have did it. You see what I'm saying? They got to have some legitimate, consistent financial records. Okay, so that's why I tell musicians, Red and Rico, so 2 of the baddest musicians that I know. Cat know Red and Rico. That's why I tell them, and I told them, I see Josh, they got the point now. Red and Rico got the point. Like, we can do both. That's just like Josh. If I work at it's a little company called Baxter's. If I work at Baxter's and I want to move up to work at FedEx, before I go to FedEx, I'm not gonna quit Baxter's and have a week with 2 weeks with zero income and then start FedEx. On time this thing go right. Maybe doing both of them until I can wear my 2 weeks notice with the one prior. That's why I said that I think that musicians can do both. Now, I don't agree with, it's just all my opinion. I don't agree with musicians leaving the church, especially when the church took care of you through the whole pandemic. And that's a whole nother topic, John. We need to write that down.
Well, I'll say this. I feel like you are correct to a certain degree, but I always have to talk about my life. I raised 4 girls, sent 3 to college. Wife, car note, insurance, bills. And the last time I punched the clock was 1995. Now I will say I had a spouse. I had a plan. And this is where you have to be smart.
We listening.
Before I stopped punching the clock, I sent my wife to college to be a nurse. I
Come on,
paid
man.
for it. So while she was at school becoming a nurse, I ain't just punched a clock. I punched 2 clocks and held the fort down. Once she got her license, we got her a good job. Then I stopped punching the clock. I kept my hustle. That means, I was doing tracks.
Mhm.
I was playing for the church, but I was on the road. So that means I wasn't a deadbeat. But I created some kind of residual, as a man. You know what I'm saying? As a man, I wouldn't finna just sit there and wait on somebody to listen to my record. Wait on somebody to you get what I'm saying? Because at that time I had 2 babies, one 18 months and the other one was 2 months when I quit when I quit my job.
And Josh, you don't have kids, but
No.
Cat, thank God, Josh, Cat, to tell your child that ain't got it, I ain't gonna be able to do it, just because that I didn't have, I guess, my business together, that I didn't follow. I'm just speaking for Chris, that I didn't follow I want to go on the road to make 175 instead of me doing $300 a day. You see what I'm saying? But to tell my daughter that I followed my dreams and basically I sort of ignored hers, I pushed her to the side. Is that fair?
Well, it's different ways to look at it, Chris. As a child, you had dreams. As your child, being a child, had dreams. I don't think it's fair for parents to sacrifice their dreams. You get what I'm saying? I'm glad my dad did not sacrifice the fact that he wanted a carpet company, his own carpet company, and turned out to be one of the wealthiest men in Pike County. Because my mama was putting pressure on him saying, hey, you need to go work for BC Rogers or Croft Metals, this, that, and the other, and take your mind off of, starting your business. I'm glad he didn't listen to her, because if he would have, then he would have been an average Joe and still telling us, I can't, because, you know what I'm saying? But my dad stepped out and said, hey, look, I want this carpet company. I do floors. I know about floors. I just got to figure out how to get in the game of floors. What my mom did, why he did that, and why she complained is she worked for Kelwood. She was a supervisor at Kelwood, a sewing factory, and she sold clothes for everybody in the community on the side. So it's like, because my dad did that, he was able to manifest and provide a lifestyle for me and my brothers and my sisters, that when people talk about they had hard times, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that.
I know about hard times.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't. I won't say we had it easy, because my dad never fed us with no. He taught us how to work. He taught us how to grind. He taught us how to handle our business. He taught us how to be business.
Cat, did you ever go without eating though?
I ain't never went without eating.
Have your babies ever went without eating?
My baby, I'm gonna say this, Chris. Before my children would have went without eating, I would have went to a store.
There you
That's
go.
what kind of man I am.
That's a man.
You get what I'm saying? Now, to fast forward to me, I see 99% of musicians in the Pike County area that's, first of all, 10 times talented than me. 10 times talented to me. I have a brother that's way talented than me. Took the other route. And I look at them now, and I look at me now. I look at me then, I look at them then. I don't encourage nobody to give up on their dreams to create a solid foundation for a situation. For me, that's programming. That's what society, that's what the system wants you to do. The system did not want me to be Mr. Sipp. The system did not want me to be Cat Cole. And because I decided to be who I am, I would not talk about how much money or how much wealth I have. but God has been good to me, and
Yes,
it's
sir.
all from the strength of me operating in business right, me not wanting to just be a star or be on the road with the Williams brothers, this, that, and other. Is I was smart about every penny that I made. That means I wasn't worried about buying Jordans and this, that, and the other.
Oh
I
my
was
God!
trying to figure out.
Talk to the black man. 1 second. Go.
I was trying to figure out how to become part owner of Wrangler.
Come on. There you go.
You know, even now as a full-time musician, and I got these guys traveling with me, whether they do it or not, but I encourage them. I pay you enough to get life insurance. I pay you enough to get dental insurance. You know, it's enough to set yourself up to have insurance on your kids. You know, uh, it's there. Now, what you do with it, I can't make you do that with it. But I'm saying is, I'm in a position. I'm in a position, man, that and it's not looked upon as such a great thing. And let me tell you why. It's because envy envy causes us to crash a lot. So that means before
Thanks.
a brother sit down and learn from me, he'll hate on me and say, "I think I'm all that."
Come
He
on.
done left quartet. He don't.
Facts.
Y'all have no clue. Is I just secured my life at an early age in music. I
Secure.
was I
The key
wasn't
word.
li- I wasn't loud with it. I wasn't loud with it. I wasn't flashy with it, and I'm still not loud with it, nor flashy with it. It's just I know at any given point if my babies get sick, and they're grown now, but they have insurance. I have insurance. You know, I have dental insurance. I have health insurance. You know, uh, and
Man,
I said,
that's a whole nother episode.
you know,
Because you can go deep in that.
yeah,
It is. It is. But
I
sit
said,
your head on there a little while, cat. Come on.
yeah, I set the music up like a business, even when the finances wasn't at a high rate. It's still I operated it like a business, meaning, you know, you know, every dollar that was made couldn't be a dollar that was paid. You know, you had to find people that would grind with you. And Jeff will tell you, Jeff grind with me with Mr. Sipp when Mr. Sipp was an opening act, you know, and never complained. And now Jeff is well sought after with me, well highly respected with me. You know, it's like you take care of people that who took care of you. You don't forget them, you don't mistreat them, you don't dog them, and you don't allow other people to dog them.
Hey, you speak of Jeff, right? First of all,
Mm-hmm.
he just left a look. And Josh, tell me shut up sometime, okay? Jeff just said something. Ask Castro, is he looking for a bass player? First of all, Jeff, let me tell you something. I'm always available. Hey, Josh. Hey, Josh. I pulled out I think this is one of the first time me playing with Sipp. I pulled out old faithful, old green, my baby, my Carvin, 6 string. And I guess Cat looked at me like, well, we ain't gonna need all them strings. We gonna need all them strings today. Hey Josh, I ain't pulled out nothing more than a 5 cents. So Jeff, just jumping off the top a little bit, Jeff. Listen, man, don't slip up. Jeff, my boy, man. Jeff is my boy. I remember Jeff from the Jacks. Man, me and Jeff always been cool. Sipp, you got I don't know if he's your right hand man, however you want to categorize that. But Jeff, man, you got a great person in Jeff. He has your back.
Man, Jeff is 100, man.
He plays the album.
He plays the album, and he'll tell you, we just had a talk. We just had a talk in Switzerland. If he ain't gonna play nothing else but the album, I had to tell him to play more. And I'm saying that's a pro to me. Like he said, well, Cat, man, I'm just playing the album. I was like, cool, that's what's up, man. But now give me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So I can appreciate that. Then a Cat coming in playing everything but the album. You get what I'm saying? So.
Josh, what you got,
Everything
Josh?
but
I'm listening.
everything but the album.
You said what I got?
Yeah, because I got about 4 more topics to talk about.
Well, you can go ahead. I'm just
Okay, watch
I
this.
I was fixated on that, talking about their business, man. Because
Well, he needs to go on. He can elaborate. I'm straight.
Well, Josh, I'll say this: you in a good position right now. I've watched you move, and I'm not a big cheerleader for nobody because I just try to stay out of everybody's way. But since we're on here, can I be your cheerleader for just 1 second? I've watched you, Josh, move in a unique way, and I I'm gonna tell you what I heard, and I'm gonna tell you some stuff that I defended. But Josh just keep moving around. He don't know what he want to do. He don't. Now Josh is moving smart. Josh should keep connecting himself with pieces, with pieces, with pieces. Steady moving up, steady moving up, steady getting his brand known, his voice known, his face known, his sound known. And sometimes that's what it takes. I don't see you not. I don't think you was unfaithful to any unit that you moved to. I feel like when you was there, you was there. And that's what I see. That's what I felt. And if I'm wrong, you tell me different. But you did everything right by every unit you went to. Now you're coming into a light, you know, uh, of your own, you know. And man, that's not an overnight. That wasn't an overnight process, and you didn't do it by um, half jiving people where you was. Like if you was there, you was there. You was apart, you was apart. At the same time, you never stopped working on you, but you didn't let working on you interfere with you serving other people. Meaning, most people don't know how to serve. Josh, you're a leader, but you've served mostly all of my knowing you. You get what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
It takes a real person to serve. People couldn't understand how when I left the True Believers as a lead singer, one of the owners of the group, to go and serve and play guitar and sing background for the Williams brothers. That
Yes,
was
sir.
over everybody's head. It wasn't about singing background.
They
It
didn't
wasn't about
comprehend.
playing guitar. You get what I'm saying? It was about me being connected to another level of people, another level of producers, another level of thinkers, another level of business owners. You get what I'm saying?
It's okay.
That I
It's
would,
okay. In a situation like that, did pride mess you up? Because hey, I'm in the background and Melvin and Doug out front. I ain't singing lead. So did pride jack you up, or did you
man.
use it as
I I don't
did you stay the course?
I don't have no pride, man. My grandfather told me the pride of a man kill him every day. You get what I'm saying? Therefore, I I went from one of the lead singers of the True Believers, one that when we pull up to the show, people screaming my name and asking me to sing my song, to you know I'm toting the bag for Melvin. I'm making sure sound check goes smooth. You do it. Well, no, I did that because in being a server, the more meek and humble you be, the more opportunity you have to be around things that you need to soak up. Nobody in this world ever knew that I was a sponge, but I was born a sponge. So that therefore, if you put me around it, and if it's good for my soul, for my going forward, I'm gonna suck it up. And that could be me as the garbage boy. You get what I'm saying?
Man,
See,
so many people need to hear this.
people don't know. My first time playing uh, on a national record, other than my own, was the Henry Green project.
And that was
Uh,
a hot project. I love it, Josh.
let me tell you the story behind that. Do you not know that before that project, I had been to Terminal for 9 years, every single session that was cut there? You know who was there?
Who
Me.
that?
You know what my job was? Go to
You know.
Walmart, get some batteries. Go to
Oh,
Pizza Hut, pick up the pizza. Go. Now I came there for 7 years with a cassette tape or CD with some songs for whatever artist that was recording, if it ever came that time. 7 years, it never came that time. That project, it wasn't that time. Well, it was that time, according to God, but um, Eric Bryce was supposed to play on that record. Then they called Chris Righteous. He couldn't get here.
I know,
Spanky
boy.
couldn't get here. You get what I'm saying? So Randy said, This man has been coming here for 7 years.
How long? You said Randy Everett?
Yeah.
Oh my
He
God.
said that's who was letting me know when the projects was,
That's another different topic.
when they was cutting records and stuff. He'll call me, hey, they got such and such coming up here for 4 days. If you ain't doing it, come on up here. I would drive up there on my own gas, stick around, and it was like, hey man, we need some batteries for this. We need some. I'll go pick up on some cokes. I was the do boy. Now, let me tell you what I got out of that. I was sitting right next to Randy for 7 years. That means I'm learning the ins and outs on how to record, I'm listening at them produce, trying to come up with intros, outros, and songs and this, that. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is supposed to be such and such. So he can't hear that, So when I got my shot, Melvin said, I'll give that Shaft a chance. That was on This Is My Story, He was like, it's different playing live than playing studio. I was like, yeah. He was like, all right. It was like, play the song. Played it. I said, I'm ready. He was like, you ain't listening to that, but like 30 seconds of it. I said, man, I'm ready. Put me in red. And that's how I got the name One Take. Put me in red. I smashed it. Bam.
One Take.
Said, well, I'm gonna try that Shaft on my song.
Hey, Sipp, I didn't know your name was One Take in the studio.
Yeah, I'm One Take, man.
Josh, you knew that?
Yeah.
I'm One
Why
Take.
you didn't tell me?
I didn't know the story.
Yeah, so it went on from that. So I ended up playing on 3 of the songs, and then Mel was like, well, here, might as well put him on the whole record. And it got down to they needed another song. They in there trying to come up with a song, and I'm like hopping Bob on life, or if I can just get to my car, I got a song, And Mel like, yeah, right, this Shaft ain't got no song. I brought the song Leaning Independent on You. End up they did the song. Rand Salad sung the song. Then Rand Salad turned around and put that same song on his next record. So it was like 7 years of being a do boy.
You waited your time.
Being in the right place at the right time, being an humble servant, got me to be, I became the session guitar player for that.
Hey, Josh, in the church, we'll say that's staying the course.
Knowing I was being overlooked, like I had a guitar in my car every time, and I'm saying this, I'm hearing these chants like, dude, like they going to the forward, man. Like, really, you can't hear that? You can't hear that line. That's what I'm saying in my head.
Oh my God! Hey, Sipp, right there. And I'm not gonna call the company out, this, and that, but they hired Josh. You was there. They hired people just like you said. You felt it going to the fore. You know what I'm saying? I think some album, and Josh, me and you'll talk about it. We'll see if we're gonna talk about this public. But they hired A1 musicians. I'm talking about people with resumes, but they couldn't comprehend Jesus on the Main Line.
So this is the thing with that. People are so caught up in name calling and thinking. People don't realize that doesn't do anything for an album. It doesn't. It really don't. That's a prestige thing to say, hey, I got Josh Myles playing bass on my album. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a good conversation piece, and people use it, but that don't enhance your airplay. That doesn't enhance your record sales. It don't enhance nothing. And once I realized that, I stopped wanting to be a part of that clique. And I'm saying is I was a part of a clique at first. I share this story. I feel like I can share it public. Tim Rogers' album, the Happy album, they was not gonna let Tim's guitar player play. I was gonna play that whole record. I said, and this is something that nobody ever done for me. I said, man, y'all must be crazy. This dude is a beast on guitar. He know they stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to play with him on this record. I'm and that's what I did. So that gave him the shot because he was not going to play on that album. He was not. It was like over with, done. 4:30 is done, And like the dude, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Lamont is freaking cold, man. He's like a musician that people don't talk about. Man, this dude is so wicked.
Like the guitar player, Josh. That sounds like
this dude is he's so wicked, man. He is so wicked. with it. He is the God knows truth, and like he was not gonna play on that album. Yeah, I mean, it was already said, and that shit ain't playing nothing, you know. And I was like, he's showing us the songs, and I'm like, do y'all not hear these cards? Do y'all not hear this tone? You
They didn't
know, like
comprehend what they were hearing.
you get what I'm saying? They had already shut him out because he
It was
wasn't.
already decided.
Yeah, and like for
But
me,
Cat, should we go into an album like that, or should we not want to get what fits and what's the best for the project, not us?
well, I would say this, Chris, and they can hate me because at this point in my life I don't care. It's ignorance. It's ignorance, and
Straight ignorance.
ignorance has got us nowhere in life. And you know, and I hope going forward that people see that ignorance don't get you nowhere in life. It don't, you know, it just don't. It's ignorance, man. It would have been foolish not to let Lamont play on that album, you know. And I'm glad they did because I wouldn't have done as good of job that I did without him. You know, it wouldn't have felt like what Tim. You know, he kept that identity of who they were. You get what I'm saying? I played around the situation, you know, this, that, and other, and I appreciate him. And since then, Lamont and I have been real good friends. And
Lamont is a cool guy.
He
well,
really
I would say this after, you know, doing stuff like that, I began to get Sean out of the clique. Now I'm okay with that simply because I had built up a resume by this time, and then now I own my own studio and I'm getting my own work, you know, and then I have a plan for my life anyway. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm fit to cut some not just national records, but international records. You know, I had Mr. Sipp on my mind 10 years before I did it. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Mississippi has been a hit.
you know, that was the end game. Uh, uh, and so I didn't mind being put out of the clique. You know, I didn't mind being shunned out of the clique. Is because what I did stands on my resume.
I guess
you can't take that away from me.
you can't take it away,
and you can't stop me from using it because I use it faithfully. You know, you know, and just going forward and making things happen, man.
Sipp, you're one of the best in the game. Josh, go jump in because I promise we ain't gonna finish this tonight. And Sipp, I'll call you. I'll see if you got time next week. We do this again next week because it's helpful information, man.
Yeah,
it's great. Josh, what you got?
I ain't got nothing else. Go ahead, Peter.
So I know an artist. This goes back to I guess being simplified as music, and we got a couple questions too. Josh, I don't know if we even gonna get to this tonight. I say roughly we got 15 to 30 more minutes at the most.
Well, I say part. Let's go on and let's go and catch some of them comments down there.
Let's go. Let's I got something shared. Let's look at this one. Read it, Josh. Go.
Thomas Young said that kind of bread is still available in the Midwest where I work doing quartet at festivals, summer local events, and county fairs. The Caucasian community is a good market for quartet up this way too.
Sipp.
He's exactly right.
Catering to everyone.
He's exactly right. We do the legendary blues cruise as Mr. Sipp 3 nights, True Believers 1 night. And I'm saying is those are numbers that you won't see in the general quartet arena this day and time. I just texted Jeff now, maybe 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, that we just got booked on the Redditon, Pennsylvania Blues Festival to do gospel earlier today.
That's all right.
That's a blessing.
We're going to Lugano, Switzerland, August 24th, 25th, and 26th, True Believers, to do the Blues the Bop Festival. It's real. We gotta learn how to handle business, get out of the mindset of driving a house, it's out there, man. And I don't know, man. I,
Sipp,
I often wonder why nobody attacked that industry that the Blind Boys did.
because
And
they don't comprehend.
I said
They
that for
don't
years,
comprehend, Sipp.
Chris. I said that for years before I decided to attack that market. And we have that market out of today. We do have that market.
They don't
We,
comprehend.
you
They don't comprehend. They want to go, and Josh, me and you talked about this. Because I'm a quartet, I'm a Lee Williams fan and Ken Spirit. I will cuss you out about them two. You understand what I'm saying? Brothers, God bless. But them two right there, I cuss you out. But listen, why can't we come to a quartet concert and have an experience?
mm-hmm.
But I can go to the Lander Center, Josh. Hour and a half of the road. Casey and JoJo there. And hell, I tell you, boy, it's an experience, boy. I'm feeling on my wife and everything. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you see what I'm saying? Why can't we have experience, but we got some SP4s set up that you can't hear the artist. The artist is itching, not itching, but you know what I'm saying, the entire show, because the artist, the professional artist, didn't get there to do their sound check on time. Okay? So therefore, they ain't got no setting saved. But we look at Josh had Danny Lewis on, and I think Danny do promote and do A1 shows, business shows. You see what I'm saying? Because I'd have been a part of Danny's show, and I ain't never left without getting paid. Matter of fact, I got paid first. Okay, but what I'm saying is, those type of shows. Why can't we, why can't we hit the 55? I say the average person in the show is 45 in a gospel quartet show. I'm just guessing. I ain't been to the show in a long time, but what I'm saying is, why can't we cater? Why can't we give those people a experience instead? Y'all, I think I lost it. Hold on, Jesus. Talk, Josh. Why talk?
Well, I think what you're getting at, Parks, is that a lot of times, as far as us putting on our own events, we take the cheap route out, and we
Josh Cat said he spent 50,000. That ain't a cheap route. So
I'm
why
saying
we ain't do it?
that's because Cat knew the value of what he was gonna get out of what he was trying to do, and I think that's what a lot of people that are doing things on a lower scale are afraid to take that risk of spending out a certain amount of money because you're not sure if you're gonna get it back, and then if you don't get it back, you don't know how you're gonna pay it back if you miss.
Yeah.
But we got to learn how to take calculated risk instead of just taking a blind risk.
Right. And a lot of time, what makes the risk even riskier for is they really don't understand what or how they want to do what and how they want to do it. You get what I'm saying?
Come on.
So if you don't have a lucrative plan, Chris and Josh, there's nothing I've done musically that I didn't have a plan for.
You got to have plans.
And that's the truth. There is nothing in my musical career from 11th grade to just this morning when I got out of the meeting with the mayor of Macomb on the project I'm going to make happen for my city. I didn't have a plan, and I'm not saying as I dreamed about it last night and I took it to the meeting. No, I thought about it 7 months ago. I put it on paper. I worked out all before I presented it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Preparation, man, is a beast.
Hey, Kat, we got another question from Josh. Excuse me, Jarvis. It says, Kat, talk about the groups having trust in the vision of the leaders. So I'm assuming like their lead singers or whatnot. Are they buying in? Are they not?
That was at the time when you was talking about that the group didn't want to record that song, and it ended up working for the group.
Well, that's from that standpoint is somebody have to have a vision and somebody have to follow. You get what I'm saying? when you have a camp that don't know how to follow. I mean, somebody got to be the visionary. So I mean, like the whole group can't have a vision. That's God didn't make it that way. You know, it just you know somebody got to have a vision. You know, and then you must build followers to help you bring that vision to life. Now, once you bring that vision to life, it's not for you to desert them on account of foolishness or things of that nature. You know, I've always kind of been an open book about everything that I do. There's nothing that I've done that I could have done by myself. I say that. So that's why I always give Jeff and them, my band, everybody that's connected to me, I give them their props because, although it's Mr. Sipp.
Hey, how many leaders do that though? And not saying that the band is wanting it or whatnot, Josh, but how many leaders can understand that, hey, if I come out here and play a track, I'm going to get one reaction. But if I come out here with a band, I'm going to get another reaction.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them don't, and that's what greed set in. Jeff can chime in and tell you last year, on the Southern Soul side, I had a few track shows. I don't believe in doing track shows. I got a band. But now, in order to get in this market of Southern Soul, you're going to have to do it. Ask Jeff and them what I did. I said, dude, if y'all show up for these track shows, I'm going to pay you. You can walk around on stage. You can hold a camera phone. I don't care what you do. You show up, I'm going to pay you. That's me as a leader saying, no matter what the situation is, I'm not going to starve my guys. I'm not going to overlook them. I'm not going to mistreat them. You get what I'm saying? And it was up to their discretion to come and watch this. Now, Jeff was the only one out of my band that came to about 3 shows, 3 of the track shows, but I left that on the table. If you show up, it's a track show. But if you show up, if I eat tonight, if I eat this weekend, you're going to eat.
Josh, let me ask you. Josh is strong. Well, was strong. Is strong. He can help me out with it in the quartet game. Josh, how many people gonna do that to you? In silence, we got. Okay. What I'm saying is this: like, Cat done took the people up under him and basically said, "Hey, I eat, you eat too, brother." You see what I'm saying?
If a limo pick me up, ain't no van picking them up.
Josh, he told me that story.
If you got warm food in my dressing room, first of all, you need to get rid of the other dressing room because we came here together. We're gonna sing together. So that means I want to be in there with them. And they go, you know what I'm saying?
Josh, this ain't a lie. He told me this.
I do not let them try to separate me from my unit.
It ain't the limo come and pick Sipp up. It's a limo come and pick the band, pick everybody up.
Pick everybody up. Don't put me in the Marriott and put them in the Mosey Wozy. Either we all gonna stay in the Mosey Wozy, or all of them come to the Marriott. And it ain't no separation. And as a leader, the industry try to separate you like that. And you have to stand your ground and make them respect your band. Because I tell them at any given time, if them boys decide to stop in the middle of the show, you think you fit to see the Mississippi you hard? No, I mean I can still sing the way I sing and I can play the way I play, but it's gonna sound mighty funny without an organ player, a bass player, and a drummer. You get what I'm saying? So don't play them like that. Don't play me like that, and I'm not gonna allow you to play them like that. I got my unit.
Appreciates his band. He comprehends what's around him. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Josh, some people don't comprehend what's around them. Oh, I'm so and so. This is blah blah blah. Nigga. I'm Harry Turner, nigga. What you say, nigger? Whatever. You ain't, bruh. By yourself.
You nothing.
In the studio, you smooth. Because Cat can play every instrument. You see what I'm saying? He probably did 9 or 10 of his albums, basically. But what I'm saying is when he can't play 10 instruments.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying?
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you got some arrogant musicians. And those musicians needs to be addressed. But
well, they sensitive. They're too sensitive.
Sensitive. And I call it females.
They sensitive, man. I never will forget
Hold on,
1990.
hold on. Okay, I love a female. I'm gonna let you. I love my wife. Okay, I love a female, so I want to clarify that.
Yeah, clear it up before you be outside with the German Shepherds. I would say that 1997 at Pop Williams Memorial. That was the Cantons, Williams brothers, Slim, I think Lee, Christian Ass, and True Believers. I was gun hole strong headed. It was my purpose to chop every head, break every guitar player down. I'm talking about that was my thing, you know. I never will forget, man. Backstage, when I come off stage, and I had did my thing. People, the crowd went wild every now. I come off stage, all the guitar players back there, Sugar, you know, the white said it out loud.
You
He said,
said
I'm gonna tell you
sugar,
something.
sugar back there.
Yep. The
Josh,
white said it out.
sugar.
Sugar hot towel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was at all they nannies. You know, I was trying to show them something. I'm here. You know, the white said, I'm gonna tell you something that none of these Negroes gonna tell you. He said, now you killing. He said, you killing. And all of them standing there. He said, and they back here egging you on. And you killing. He said, but dude, you would never make it in this industry doing all that mess. I was like, what you talking about? It was like,
Oh my God.
he said, after your first song, I'm sick of hearing you play. He said, that means you played everything you could play in Stranger in the City. And I did. I'm talking about hit every pedal, stepped on wah-wah,
You went from
everything.
1 to 10.
Yeah. You know, he said, after the first song, he said, as good as you play, after your first song, I'm sick of hearing you play. He said, now these jokers ain't gonna tell you, they're gonna keep egging you on. He said, but I like you and I see something better for you.
Right.
Now I could have took that and said, oh, he hating, he just mad because I chopped his head. I took it and said, you know what? He might be right. You know.
The
He
white
could be right.
gone. Hit me out now. The white gone on. He's gone on, correct?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, the white. Right? I'm just.
Rest in peace. But like I said, he shared that with me, and I'm saying in 1997, that's what changed my life as a guitar player. Because he told me in front of all the guitar players. Because I was trying to beat that stage down, always trying to look at him, wink my eye, call him. You know, I want you to see this. I want you to see this young cat. You know, I was hot headed. Man, that's something that changed my life, bro. That night.
Josh.
Yep.
Josh, this happened with me with a band. I ain't gonna say the band. At the Kahoma Community College, gym packed. This when Johnny Kennard used to pack houses at the Kahoma Community College. Johnny Kennard, he the only one could pack the Kahoma Community College. Shout out to Johnny. And God, you know, we praying for your health, Johnny. I think you just had an issue, but we had praying for your health. Cat, Johnny, the only one could pack Kahoma. He had one artist. He had maybe had the brothers, but I know the Jews was there because I played with the Jews tonight. Okay. Man, he had some player on the stage, man. He was, boy, Cat, when I say he showed all his skills in song 1,
Mm-hmm.
showed all his skills in song 1. And man, it was, you know, the crowd on the side. They're the ones pushing, you know what I'm saying? Josh, you know how it goes. What you singing, boy? Josh hit every run in the book. Matter of fact, Josh hit a Lisa Noel run. He hit all the songs, the runs in the book. But guess what? Cuz when you got off stage, them niggas came to me. Hey, what he doing? What is he doing? You know what I'm saying? For one, Cat, they did not hear it on the album. That's number 1.
Right.
Okay. We go back to church musicians. You see what I'm saying? They gonna attempt, Josh, to duplicate what's on the album. We agree? They gonna attempt. So when you go on stage and do something new, they can't go home and practice on that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So they was like, what is so-and-so doing? And I was like, man, listen, you know, it ain't my business. I'm up here playing what I need to play. God bless. You know, that's how I always been. But Cat, you hit something then. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you didn't let, and Josh, when I was on the road, I called them the side people. And they good people now, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They good people. You need them at the show because they paid to get in too. Some of them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So they good people, but they just don't think the same.
And they ain't buying no record no way.
Exactly. They ain't hiring you. They can't get you nowhere. Matter of fact, they on the side stage hoping you slip so they can get your job. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
So I tell my guys even now, man, don't play for the ones that's holding the curtains back there, holding down you, because they really want your job, man. You play for them people that's sitting out in front of you. You get what I'm saying? And and go from there, man. But I appreciate, man, if Dwight wouldn't have did that, I wouldn't have known. And then if I wasn't a level-headed guy, even in the midst of me being hot-headed, to receive that, not as he trying to embarrass me, he putting down on me, I'd have never got the job with the Williams brothers. I'd have never got on sessions with all these artists. I wouldn't be the Mr. Sipp that I am today. I wouldn't be, because I'd have learned. I was in a zone of learning it wrong, learning it my way,
learning it your way.
Yep. There is a your way that could be right, most of the time probably wrong, and then there's an industry way that is rules and laws and bylaws of how to do and get. You get what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. Most people can't separate their way from the right way, their way from the industry way.
So, guys, I don't know if y'all see the ticker up to the top left. We're gonna stop at 2 hours. That's what I started, like 14 minutes early. Just to get people on.
I'll come on and we can finish it, because it's
oh my God. Hey, Josh, I got so many topics to talk about right here.
Yeah,
Cat, bruh. Cat, you are like you, but people need to hear this, Josh.
Oh yeah,
because Chris just go around with the cuz, man, blah blah blah. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? Bleep, you know what I'm saying? But when they hear for somebody to do it for a living,
well, it don't even matter though, because they just need to hear it.
Well, they ain't gonna comprehend it from me.
Well, and they'll hear it from me. Most will hear it from me, but then you'll still have the ones that say, "Oh, well, he think he all that." I really don't. Like, dude, like I really walk around in jeans and boots and a t-shirt every day of my life. I drive a 1997 pickup truck every day of my life. It's like, I don't think I'm all that. I can do.
Let me tell you about Cat. Speaking of what I don't think I'm all that. Let me tell you about Cat. We doing Philip, Mississippi, Josh. We in the field with a bunch of grass, and we got the Gospel Warriors dust going on and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff everywhere. It's grills and people everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? In the middle of the field, Cat. Okay. Cat came and say, and Josh, I deal with plenty of singers. I ain't gonna miss no money. Plenty of singers. I say, Cat say, we all got Cub Band shirt on. You understand what I'm saying? Cat, you remember this?
Oh yeah, I still got my t-shirt.
We all got Cub Band shirt on. And this ain't scripted or nothing, Josh. He say, man, where my shirt at? I said, man, first of all, I didn't know you even wanted this shirt. Like, it's a privilege for you to ask for a shirt. You know what I'm saying? It's a privilege.
My thing is that we was together, so we together. You know,
Sipp said, and we won. We won today.
Yeah.
Sipp said that. I was like, I got people that's going with me weekly.
Don't want to wear a shirt.
Oh my God. You stepping on toes. You stepping on toes.
When I came home, that shirt didn't go on the floor, didn't go in the basket. That shirt is hanging up in my closet. So the next time, if we together and that's what we wearing, I got a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's
say, "What my shirt?" So Josh, I say, because I always bring 2 or 3 shirts, because I sweat out shirts. I say, "Well, Sipp, I'm gonna be straight up with you. This is not a new shirt. You understand what I'm saying? It's washed, clean, blah blah blah. but it ain't a new shirt. He's like, man, give it to me. I think it was a yellow one, right? Sipp?
It's yellow. I'm telling you, in my
Listen,
closet.
man. Listen, Josh, and I really wanted to play I got a video queued up of Philip, Mississippi. But Josh, when I tell you, man, you see dust, and if you think the gospel boys they hit a house with them dusty shoes everywhere, you ain't saw nothing. Josh, it was people everywhere, all in the dust. Like you know how you see a kid playing at the baseball, softball game with picking up dust, the little 5-year-old. It was people everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But it was the point that Sipp said, hey man, we are one. And that puts stuff in perspective for me. Josh, you're talking about a person that been in the game. I've been in this Southern Soul cover stuff for 8-9 years since the Gospel Folk fired me. And we're gonna talk about that later too. But I've been in the Southern Soul, the industry for about 8 years. You see what I'm saying? And for somebody that does it for a living, to come and ask me that, when I done had plenty of singers that don't be in dress code. I had to tell one the other day, hey, bro, I love you. And he's one of the closest people to me. But cause if you ain't in dress code, God bless. You just wasted your money.
Oh, yeah.
You wasted your gas money coming here. I hate to say that, but Sipp, I know you ain't dealt with all smooth roads with your band.
Oh, no.
So how do you deal with a situation like this?
Well, you just addressed it head on. Sometimes if you people will get away with what you let them get away with, and when you show people, first of all, that you do care about them and you looking out for them, then in the same breath you expect that same respect back. You get
Now,
what I'm
Sipp
saying?
said, show that you care. Now,
Oh, yeah.
Josh, I'm assuming that he's talking about finances.
Well, I care about my guys' finances. I care about my guys from the standpoint of, dude, like, are you feeling good? You know, everything good at home. If it's personal, you ain't got to tell me. But if it's something you need to talk about, I'm a guy you can talk to, level head, and give you advice. It's not just about the music. The music is like the recess of everything that we does. This is a life course out here with us. You get what I'm saying? You know, you behind on a bill or whatever. Like, you need to learn finances. I mean, whatever I can do to help my guys as being strong young men, that's what I'm there for. We do music because we love it. You get what I'm saying? We've been smart enough to make it out of a business, so it does take care of us. But we are human, so we have problems, we have situations, you know. So yeah, you know, from that standpoint, I say this before the 2 hour click thing. It's one thing I want y'all to carry with y'all from this day forward. Just know that the truth is never popular. Meaning, you find somebody that's speaking truth, it's not popular. This world pretty much has been built upon uh, hype, smoke, manipulation, and I can go on. The truth is not possible, not popular. So
Right.
anytime you're attempting to educate, make people aware, just be mindful that there's smoke that's coming behind that. That's something that I have accepted in my life, and I know when to talk, when not to talk, who to talk to. I'll be honest. Um, Being on here is a little out of my comfort zone from the standpoint of I understand on the
Cat,
higher
man,
levels.
you doing it, man.
Yeah, I understand on the higher levels of the truth is not popular. I'm at a point in my life where I don't care, period, point blank, to be popular. I'd rather be solid than popular. You get
Hey,
what I'm
Josh,
saying?
we got a solid 30-32 on here. God bless. Sipp, got some more questions to answer. The definition of an artist.
The definition of an artist, that's a good one. Uh, where to start? The definition of an artist is not is an artist is not necessarily talented. An artist is more smart than anything, meaning smart and disciplined. Uh, to know how to handle their business, know where to place themselves, know how to market themselves, how to position themselves, know when to speak, when to know not to speak, when to be present, when to fall back. Um, for me, that's what an artist is.
Josh, the key words in that whole statement: business,
Discipline, business, and
discipline,
discipline.
discipline. Key A1. Business. The way I was taught, and God bless George. I love George. George didn't teach me too much, but he taught me this. 90% is business, 10% is we are, and I comprehended it by I was a prime example. You see what I'm saying? But if you ain't got your business together, you can go to this show and Sipp went to Switzerland. Where you say you come from? Switzerland?
Switzerland.
Sipp went to Switzerland, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Contracts wasn't done, but they did send a plane ticket. Sipp. Contract wasn't done. Didn't know where he was gonna stay, but he went to Switzerland. Is that the way you went, Sipp?
No.
Yeah.
No. No. We have everything, and I'm saying sometimes business requires a small amount of your time. We'll put more emphasis in cutting a record, writing a song, mixing it, mastering it, and ain't thought about how you gonna get an album cover done, who you gonna get to service the album, what direction you gonna go with the album. You get what I'm saying? And that to me is more important than all that stuff. So now, we
let me hang in there. Go ahead. Finish it up, Cat.
Well, no, like Wednesdays is my day to revisit contracts, send out emails, make phone calls.
We got you on Wednesdays then. We got you on Wednesdays.
Well, the other thing is learning how to prioritize your time, meaning where 20 years ago, I would spend a 22-hour day only doing music. Now, I spend an 8-hour day doing music. I'm going to give my grandbaby some time. I'm going to give my baby daughter some time. I'm going to, you get what I'm saying? It's learn how to prioritize this thing. And once it gets synced, the energies get synced on the right page, things start working better.
But Cat, these are memories that I'm assuming. Help me out now. Cat, you can get these memories back with your grandchild and your babies, and you can get those back, right?
No.
You can't get them back.
Nope. But there's another thing, Chris, like to go back to that standpoint, it's some things too. Some things, it's a compromise. It's a compromise, meaning I didn't make every ball game of my daughters, but my daughter had to realize that Daddy gotta go to work. Daddy gotta do certain things because you stay in a house that got lights, air conditioning, central air, central heat. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, we gotta give and take. It's not gonna be always you give and I take, or I give and you take. We have to come to a conscience. You get what I'm saying?
Because you can't get no time back. Period.
No.
Right. Exactly.
Any time wasted is time.
See, like Josh, and I ain't gonna go in depth. Josh has a family. Okay. Josh has a sister. And I know Josh loves his sister. You see what I'm saying? It's been times that I think, Josh, had me if I'm wrong, Josh had been away from his sister. And he done missed birthdays, Christmases, especially New Year. He done missed them. You see what I'm saying? So the question is, Josh, like, is it really for my sister? Like, should I have been there for her sister, for my sister? Or did you miss some time from your sister? And you can elaborate on this because I ain't gonna take a bit. Did you miss some time from your sister that you regret?
Of course. And I'm saying that's just like what Kat said, you gotta find that compromise. And even now, I still try to juggle some stuff because, like my sister, my baby sister now, she on dialysis, and so all of us kind of take turns to go sit with her on her days that she have to take dialysis. So, mom and them,
A beautiful sister cat. Beautiful, beautiful, smart sister.
yeah. So mom and them been doing daddy a tax man. Jamal worked with them, so all of them, this the end of tax season, so they've been having to work overtime or whatever. So I've been having to go in just I've been having to go in a lot more than they would ask me to go in if it was just a regular day. And I'm saying, like, just spending that time with her,
You can't get it back.
yeah, you can't get that time back. And then it was some work I was missing. It's some stuff, I'm kind of in my head like, I need to get this done and I need to get that done. But at the same time, you ain't gonna have that. You're not gonna have that kind of time with your people.
So, Kat, would you agree that family over everything?
To a certain extent, and
explain now. You got to explain that because I'm going to totally disagree with you right there. Now, come on.
Let me help you. First of all, I stand and say on this podcast that I have forever been a realist, and I take things for what it is. I don't operate inside of my feelings nor my emotions. With that being said, I say this: it take two parents, well, sometimes one parent, to give over half of their life to their kid to raise them, only for when that cycle is going to reverse. And I see it happening every day.
Oh yeah, they're gonna raise us.
I'll put you in a home.
Oh no, my baby ain't gonna put me. I already explained
that. This is what I'm saying, Chris. The reality of it is
somebody phone just like fucking. I mean, screaming, freaking clicking.
The reality of it is there's an 85% chance that you will end up in a home, Chris. There's an 85% chance that you will end up in a home. That's the truth is not popular.
Is referring to a nursing home. Okay,
that's an 85% chance because what I've seen, and this is because I play at a lot of nursing homes and I go visit.
I love them. I love them. I love them.
And
I love giving back.
It's once they get up. Well, I got my life to live. I don't. I seen this happen. I seen this happen with my dad just 2 years ago. You get what I'm saying? I'm the busiest person in my family.
Yeah.
The busiest. My pops had a stroke, and they was gearing up to put him in the nursing home. When you get what I'm saying is when I tour for a living, I'm gone. I was ready to set him up with a nurse here at my house. Do whatever. All kids ain't like that, so
that's a man.
But what I'm saying is, in doing it, all my dad done for me and my family, wouldn't have never expected that we was too busy. Any one of us would be too busy. But it happened, Chris. It happened. So therefore, as a realist, I have to keep that in mind. I will not sacrifice all of my time in my life and my growing and my existing and being to put myself in a position to keep providing for my family, aside to massage a ball game. I ain't gonna do it.
Oh my
I
God.
can't do it. I can't do it. Now, what I can't do
that's not in your DNA.
What I'm saying is, as a real man, as a real father, as a father that stands strong on his word, is I know how to go to my kids and suggest that we compromise now, because at this point I am the father and I am the man that provides. I ain't got much room to compromise. You need to compromise, because if I don't pay for the jersey, you don't become a part of the team. If I don't pay for the school, you get what I'm saying? So you meet me halfway and let me go get this money. And I'm saying is what I do is I buy your sister that's on the sideline an iPhone and y'all FaceTime me while I'm on the plane. It's ways to do it versus now there are sometimes I tell promoters, don't you book me on XYZ date because that's my family trip. I am going. I don't care how many thousands of dollars you paying with my guy wedding anniversary. Dude, if y'all can't be
gonna
there,
call you anyway. I'm letting you know.
you know, and my thing, you come and it is up to me to say, hey, look, I mean, Intrepid, my booking agency, there are certain dates.
Yeah,
I don't give a care what's going on. I'm not going. If Jeff's wedding anniversary is on a festival date and he said, man, I can't make it, there is nothing to talk about. And when Cheapock had tournament games on Tuesdays and we rehearse on Tuesdays and my rehearsals is very important, there's nothing to talk about. What it is
Rehearsal. Man, I'm gonna write that down too, Josh.
It's if Cheapock game is on a Tuesday, hey, can we do it Thursday? As long as we get rehearsal in, it's like I'm gonna compromise with you, for your family. Would you work with me on another day?
Pro. You rehearse. You're a pro. You rehearse.
Man, listen here.
Josh, hold on, Sipp. Josh.
No. Let me help you.
Rehearse.
Let me help you. What the problem today with music and musicians is they want to get the music and play what they want to play. Like you cannot build a show going off of impulse. I mean, you can if you're doing it for a hobby. When you do it for a living, you see it from a different angle. This ain't what I know my results. I know what's gonna happen with Team Sipp. I know what's gonna happen when we get out when we get off the plane.
Results. Let me tell you what, Josh. Sipp, tell me if I'm wrong. And Josh, you got to jump in this thing. Jump in this. You understand what I'm saying? Sipp, tell me if I'm wrong. That's Sipp's brand, right? Right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
It's your brand. You got to protect your brand. Right or wrong?
You're right.
Now, are we gonna miss? And musicians know what I'm talking about. Miss. Are you gonna miss here and there? Blah blah blah. But Sipp just came from Switzerland. Sipp, I guarantee. I'm just asking Sipp. Tell me if I'm wrong. Sipp didn't get to Josh. Sipp didn't get to Switzerland and think, what should I present to these people?
No.
You see what I'm saying, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
We as local musicians here in the state of Mississippi, we don't comprehend. We get to the show, Sipp, and we play what we want to play. We play what we want to hear. You see what I'm saying, Sipp?
Yep.
I get to the show, Josh. I'm looking at the age range. I'm looking at the feel of the crowd. What the DJ playing? You see what I'm saying? Sipp came to me in Cleveland, Mississippi. He came up with Sipp came up on a song that I ain't never heard in my life. And matter of fact, he taught it to me. It was like a 1 to the 2, some crap like that. He taught it to me 2 minutes before the show. She's like, let's do this. I was saying, Sipp, let's do blah, blah, blah. I was studying the crowd. You understand what I'm saying? Sipp was a hired musician. Was studying the crowd too. For one, Josh, you don't get them. You don't get somebody that's that wants your show to be successful. Put it like that. Okay?
That
care. Sipp was studying the crowd too. He was like, let's do this. I don't forgot the song. It was at the expo. I don't forgot the song. It was something, you ain't cut it. I know that you ain't cut it. But it was some song like 1 to the 2, some simple stuff. And I was like, let's do it. It was like a greeting song for the show, like greeting everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. Like, how can somebody care about the show more than you? Josh.
For me, it's
Josh,
the art of
you with the cans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you with the cans? However you want to, I'll let you do that. With that situation. Josh, how can you care about the performance more than Harvey?
Well, it's just gonna be an equal. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really like Cat. If I'm on the hit with you, I want everything to go as smooth as possible. I want us to do our best job together. So we all need to be on the same playing field. We all need to be on the same mindset. We need to be on the same level. That what's finna go on is we finna go out here and have a good time.
Right.
We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're gonna be tight and everybody gonna do their job. And that's really just it. That's it.
I done did shows with Josh and Cat, right? I saw Josh back there. I'm the MD. I'm the band leader. I saw Josh back there doing this. And guess what I did? Cat, I broke this shit off. I saw Cat back there doing this. Josh, I saw Cat back there doing this. And guess what I did? I broke this shit off.
Don't say it again.
Cause pride ain't in my category.
But that's one of the things I like about you, Chris. Like you are Chris. You are who you are, and
Yeah.
you are forced to be reckoned with. But like it don't be no pride issues, man. So like when you can get giants together with no pride issues, man, like it makes it hard to work with people with those pride issues, man. You know,
Oh my God.
it kills me. You know, another reason why I rehearse though, Chris, is you never know what you're facing as an artist out there. So if you program to do A, B, C, and D, you get there and that's not an A, B, C, and D crowd, you finna die, man. And it's never my intention to die. So therefore,
Hey, you got to exist, right?
I have four. You got to exist.
Got to exist, Josh. We hit love and happiness. It don't hit. You got to adjust.
You got to adjust, man. And but if you don't know no more, you just got to play that all the way out, die through that song. That 3.5 minute song becomes, it feels like 25 minutes in your life, you know, and that's just horrible, man. You know, my guys know I have 4 albums, you know, 4 albums, and then I have a select set of covers that I do. It's the quicker you learn all of this stuff, the quicker you can have more fun on stage. You can stress less about what's about to happen on stage because you know it. The quicker you know it, the quicker we don't have to meet up every week. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm going to keep preparing myself not to ever die in front of an audience. That means I have 55 different ways to go, and my band needs to know all 55 of them.
Cat, we 34 strong still, 2 hours and 18 minutes. Listen, man. Listen. Josh, I'm finna go to the restroom a little bit. But listen, Cat, for one, I want to text you this. I'll just text you. But I really want to talk about, first of all, I want to tell Jeff that I'm at his job. That's number one.
He ain't worried. I trust him. He ain't worried.
He ain't worried. Jeff is my boy, man. Jeff is I want to let everybody know Jeff is my great friend. Great friend. Now his prices are a little high when he try to book for other artists, but I want to let everybody know Jeff is my best friend. Okay, he's my best friend. Also, Josh, I want to talk about the next. I'm gonna reach out to Cat, see if he's available next week. About Southern Soul, and I don't want to go on about it right here, Josh. But Southern Soul artists that I hear, cuz they shouldn't be singing on nobody's microphone. Okay, I talked to Sipp about it. Sipp said, "Hey, Pop, man, I can't put out no crap like that. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I cannot put out a Casio sound. I can't do it. I won't do it. I want to talk about how Cats.
People love it though. They love that.
That's what I was about to say. The only thing about that is, it's like it's like chitlins. Everybody don't like chitlins.
You can't go in on it now. You can't go in. It's the next session.
I ain't going in on it. But I'm just saying everybody don't like chitlins, but for somebody that have acquired a taste for them, they eat them.
Huh? Yeah. Also, I want to talk about how Sipp's music, Sipp done send me all his albums, stems and whatnot. And I can see, this is my opinion, Sipp, okay? I can see how, and I tell Sipp, I done told Sipp, that Sippmatized album, that's the best quality you ever did, Sipp. My opinion. My opinion means S.
No, it's my opinion too, and we'll talk about that.
Okay, I want to talk about he done rehearsals, because the local band, Josh, even the band that you was with, are you with, or however you want to say it, rehearsal, or do you rehearsals just leading up to a live recording? I can tell you right now, Jordan, I love Jordan. We rehearsed on the One More Blessing album a whole week before we even led up to the album. Then rehearsed prior. Okay, so that whole album that we did in 2006, hell, I learned it in 1 week. Okay, I want to talk about.
It's done like that from time to time, you know.
But Kat, I think that separates you from and people get mad about this. I think that was because if I'm getting paid to do it, I'm gonna put my all into it. I'm not gonna half-ass it. Never. You see what I'm saying? Josh will middle flow with me, Kat the middle flow with me. I'm not gonna half-ass it because I think that that's your best publicity. You got 400 people sitting right there in front of you, and you can't give out 5 business cards? What the crap? You shouldn't even been at the show. And I'm gonna be straight up with you, Josh. Philip, Mississippi. Cub Band wasn't the headline. Mr. Sipp wasn't the headline. I ain't gonna call the artist that was the headline. But when I tell you that people, and Kat know that I call him every year. People call me every year about the same show. They don't want so-and-so. They don't want the singer that I use now, blah, blah, blah. They don't want Josh Myles. God bless him, because he cold as hell.
Yes, he is. Yes, sir.
But who they asking for? I get this call every year, Josh, every year. Can you get blah, 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 blah? I said, let me check with him. I don't BS him or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Let me check with him. And I hit him up. He probably be 48 hours. He like Josh Myles. Sometimes get back with you. Don't be 48 hours. But he get back with me. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I think Sipp mess with me because he know I'm not gonna jack up his sound. I'm not gonna jack up his sound. I'm not gonna get up there like some damn fools.
Y'all be right, Doc.
Because my brand, Sipp's brand, he can't go in front of crap. Josh wasn't even on the category. Sipp, Josh wasn't even on the category of the level that he's on now when he was gigging with me. Josh, what did 6 years ago? Some shit like that. But at the same time, Josh can tell you, Sipp, what Josh can tell you is that Parks took Love and Happiness, or whatever we were saying, Kiss, he took it serious. And the reason why, because for one, I'm not going to embarrass myself.
All right.
For two, I'm not going to embarrass this man. I live war 9 times out of 10 what we playing. You see what I'm saying? They expect me to put on a great product. So the people that I bring in, for one, they're going to pay for. I ain't coming. But that's what some people don't understand. They'll water down their budget. They'll water down their preparation in order just to make $500. I can't do it.
That's the thing. They chasing the money and overlooking the opportunity, which opportunity creates money. People fail to realize that. That's a powerful statement. You know, that'll preach right there. You know, I never focus on the money. I focus on the opportunity, because the opportunity itself will create money. You know, so. You know.
Well, Kat, Peter had to step away for a second, and it looked like we're looking at about 5 more minutes on the clock. I think we can pull it about 2:30.
Okay.
This last question, Squirt got up, Peter got it up, but Squirt said, "Tell Cat to explain to the people what a hit is." And we just leave off of that one, Parks. What you think?
Yeah, I got to use the bathroom.
Okay.
But listen, I got to give you a few pointers if Cat agree to come on this week, because man, we got some more to talk about. Because Cat, you full of wisdom.
Let's figure it out, man. Let's look at. I don't know what next week is. I have to look.
You'll figure it out.
I know I got a show the middle of next week. I think I have to look at my book. But just call me later on tonight, because I'm fit to be up. I'm in the lab. I got work to do. And we'll pick a day next week. For me, as a hit is something. A hit is, first of all, it's going to be a simple song. Other than that, it's a song that everybody, meaning young, old, black, white, Hispanic, it's a world song. Something, that has trended, something that is going to be remembered. And I'm not talking about a strong song that's popular for 3 months, 4 months. That's not a hit. A hit is 20 years from the day, 30 years from the day, that song is still relevant. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
In my eyesight, that's a hit. And every hit that you would ever look up, anybody, it's a simple song. Every hit that ever been a hit, that is a hit, is a simple song. Every last one of them. There is no complicated hit song. Period.
Now, so when you say simple, can you just give me some elements of the simple song?
Anything. Love and Happiness is a simple song. Shoot, man. I've been out of songs so long. Quartet for me. Fix It Jesus is a simple.
Fix It Jesus.
Still Here. Every guitar player that don't know how to play guitar think he can do that, and they do it wrong, but in their mind they playing. Man, hits, man.
Hey Josh, I want to play something for you. And Josh, look, Cat, I ain't even talked to Josh about this, right? Josh, tell me what this puts you in the mind of, okay? This is Sipp, okay? Watch this. I think it's in B. Sipp, I think it's in B. Sipp tune down. What? 339? 339? What you doing?
335.
335. Watch it.
I just want to take a few minutes out.
Listen, Josh.
And personally thank every one of you.
What did put you in mind of?
I already know.
What did put you in mind of, Josh?
He's singing it right there.
Everything to me.
Hey Josh, when Sipp sent me the stem, right? And I said, because I know my band, you know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, we're gonna call this praise and worship.
and that's something we'll talk about, man. How over the last 7 years, I have forced church in the secular community. And I'm saying is, for all those that's listening and looking, tell them I said it. It wasn't the Hamiltones that first did it. It wasn't Charlie Wilson that first did it. It wasn't Fantasia that first did it.
Now, let me tell you how I heard it do it. Marvin Cease. I saw Marvin Cease. They had red cups, Josh. You know the red cup. Everybody drank the liquor out of. Marvin Cease was testifying. Marvin Cease was in the hospital, blah, 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 right?
I seen the video.
Chris.
What they did. They had Marvin Cease finna shout them people.
Chris, God is my witness. That's where I got it from.
Cease.
And looking at old videos saying, how can I be different? How I am a church boy and it's in me. How can I do this? And I'm telling you, I saw Marvin Cease do it on YouTube.
On
and,
YouTube.
and I started doing it on my show. And I started seeing people would go, and I said to myself, you know what? These are church people too. They just came out tonight. Are these you get what I'm saying? And I'm telling
The
you,
same money, Sipp, right?
it has moved us on the traditional blues side to where festivals book us and say, hey, you gonna take us to church?
And
So
see,
now,
Josh, that's what people get to. That's what people get to, where they can't cater to the Christian. I'm a Christian. Josh, you're a minister. I'm a Christian. But I guarantee, Josh, when you get married, when you get your special whoever she is, you ain't gonna be hunching to a fix to Jesus. I guarantee. What I'm saying is this. You know what I'm saying? And Josh, Danny hit on it on your podcast a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm a Christian. I think we need to open our eyes more. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
More. Because I'm trying to tell you, ain't no baby made off fixing Jesus.
No Amazing Grace. Not Jesus keeping me at the cross.
And I love Amazing. Man, Amazing Grace hit that house every Sunday. Matter of fact, I sang them. Listen, I'm the singer at my church. I sing, you know how they go. Okay. So I'm the singer at my church. I sang Amazing Grace like Tim Rogers sung Amazing Grace on his album. And wipe that room. Wipe it. Wipe it.
Well,
but what I'm saying, ain't no baby made off fixing Jesus.
I want everybody on here to do something for me, try something for me, and we'll resume with it next week. The next time you want to get intimate with your better half, I want you to slap in Amazing Grace. Not Tim Rogers' version. I want you to get your good spiritual.
You can need a Viagra too, because I'm trying to tell that thing
and see how you get out of that house. You're gonna miss that house so bad.
Hey, so like I said, I want to talk about next go. It's Cat. I'm gonna reach out to you, Josh. We're gonna reach out to him to see if he's available, because we still strong on him. But we finna let Cat go. He got to take us a bit. But Southern Soul, 90% of them, my opinion, can't sing. Okay, Cat is one of the 10% that I think can sing. You know what I'm saying?
And
so we're gonna talk about that.
I can't sing. I'm just
you can't sing to you.
No,
you can't sing to you.
It's cannot do it, boy. It's
Also, Josh, I want to talk about how Cat music has got, because I've been following. You know what I'm saying? I think the Hypnotized is the best album that he has ever done, and I tell him that. Actually, Cat has gave me the files to Hypnotize for me to study. You see what I'm saying? Most people ain't even gonna do that, Josh. You see what I'm saying? That's number two. Now, don't y'all go emailing Cat about them files. He ain't gonna give it to you.
You're right. Right.
LP Spence. Josh, you know LP Spence?
Yeah.
Cat, you know LP Spence?
Mm-mm.
He's a choir guy, right, Cat? Josh, hit me out.
L. Spencer Smith.
Mm-mm.
But Cat, when I tell you the quality of at 2000 of music that he was putting out was like, he was putting out music 20 years before his time. But the thing about it, Cat, could no male choir play it, could no choir sing it. Josh, right or wrong?
You telling the truth?
Could no male choir sing? Cat, you can look him up now. And it's A1 music, the production. I think he was probably with Mark Sand. Am I right, Josh?
I don't remember what label he was with. But I know Lil Jon was producing his records though.
John who? Howard?
Lil Jon from Alabama.
John did Mark Blacknam.
Yeah.
Oh, Lil Jon is a topic all by itself.
Yeah.
I will, Josh, we just write that down too. We'll get Lil Jon on too.
Lil Jon on here, yeah. Lil Jon worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Okay.
So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about also Cat's endorsements that he have. I know, Josh, I was on the road with G4 for 9 years. I got 2 deals. Okay. I know cats that's, to me, I think that's better talent to me, but they ain't got their business together.
It's all business.
That I think should have deals, and I'm rooting for them. Matter of fact, I have inboxed them, text them, blah, blah, blah. And I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm gonna call one out right now. Randy Pope. It's no reason that Randy Pope should not have the deal that he wants, not what somebody else wants for him, that he wants. You see what I'm saying? Josh, he played on your album.
Oh yeah.
Because you didn't hire me. So he played on he played on your album. So and I'll be straight up. Like me and Randy talk about this. You see what I'm saying? Like Randy, it's no deal. It's no reason why you shouldn't have a deal. You shouldn't be paying for shit. Okay. Cat wrote a song. He talked about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some people don't comprehend it. But it goes back to me, it goes back to keep it simple, stupid. Okay, I want to talk about that. I already talked about Southern Soul Can't Sing. Also, we already talked about this, so I scratched it, but how Cat writes songs or whatnot to relate to the church, to the people that's gonna buy the albums. Mm-hmm. Josh, I'm listening.
I ain't got nothing to say. I say I'm good, man. Cat, I appreciate you for coming on with us tonight.
I appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, man. And like I said, we'll do it again next week.
But Cat, this is stuff that you didn't have to do, man.
Well,
and believe it or not, Josh, I sent Cat a text, I think yesterday. Cat, we're gonna break down your music, blah, blah, blah. You know, man, he don't have to accept this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the thing, Chris. Outside of what I do or what I have done or what I'm trying to do, I'm everyday people every day, and
Facts.
that's just the way I want to live the rest of my life. You know, I like it like that. So, therefore, if anything I can say that will help somebody or educate somebody, then I'm for that. I hope nobody take anything I say offensive or personal. I am this person that I can't afford to care. You know, I hope they don't, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm not into pacifying people or situations, but I don't mean anything for bad. It's all geared to educate and help, you know, and pretty much pass the torch on, man. Like it's over, you know, I'm knocking on 30 years of this, and I can't stay in the way for the rest of my life. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, I respectfully offer what I know to move out the way. This music has been good to me, so I don't have nothing to prove in my older years. You get what I'm saying? That's just a fact. So
I guess. Hey, Cat, I'm gonna run through these messages. Josh, give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna run through these messages. And Cat, just let me know what you can answer and what you can't answer or whatnot. First of all, Jeff said you got a show next Wednesday.
I knew we had something in the middle of the week. I said that earlier, so I know it won't be Wednesday. I know it won't be Tuesday, no Wednesday.
Me and Josh
gonna rehearse
Tuesday
Tuesday. First. We're gonna rehearse Tuesday. So Monday or Thursday might be good.
All right. This is Shaq. Read the Josh.
Shaq said most professional recordings take a whole week of preparation, and that's it besides the planning and pre-production.
Most professional records take a week of preparation?
Take a whole week of preparation, and that's it besides planning and production.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it depends on how you attack it. I have done some records just on the spot, you know, especially dealing with the boys. You know, it's pretty much a thing. We just came in, you know, and did it. It took more time to do it, but to properly, I agree with that. You know, you get yourself in a position and mindset. It takes preparation to do it.
Cat, Mr. Thomas said he gonna be hitting you up, I guess, about some Midwest shows. Wasn't
Okay,
that? He gonna be
cool.
hitting you up. Look at Jeff. Jeff still talking stuff. Lord have mercy. Jeff, and we did 10 shows in 5 days in Switzerland. This dude is funny, man. This dude is something else, man. Jeff is my boy. I will let y'all know. Hey, bass players love each other. Now, you a bass player.
Oh yeah.
Bass players love each other. I'm just saying, like, we ain't gonna let you talk shit about each other now. Let's just be straight up with you. I'm just being straight up with you. If we ain't got nothing good to say, we ain't gonna say that at all. That's just the way it is.
That's right. I'm in the bass player camp now. I ain't never leaving that.
Josh, you a first base. To me, you a first base player.
That's right. I'm a bass player first. At heart, doc.
Josh came out the blue. I left Tupelo and everything. Went to school, blah, 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 blah. This Cat, you got a great Cat got a great story about his wife. First of all, how Cat went to school. Number one, how he made sure his wife went through school. Now he followed his wife's dream. Help me out, Cat, if I'm wrong. Followed your wife's dream. Now, wife, can you follow my dream?
Mm-hmm. That's how it happens.
Can't nobody talk about it. Can't nobody comprehend this. You know what I'm saying? Yep. The same scenario, man, but that's powerful, man. I see Pete on here, such a powerful group of guys right here. That's my boy. I'm assuming it's Pete.
Hobson.
Yeah, Hobson.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. My boy Greg. Greg used to play guitar for Sean Jones, I'm assuming.
That's right.
So basically, he said you can't waste time on the road. You got to be worth it. So we talked about your worth or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you can't
making your pocket make sense for where you're going.
Comprehend. And Josh, this has to be you. I cannot believe. Is this Mr. Verl Maverick? The Verl Maverick I know?
That's Lamar, doc.
Oh, this is Lamar.
Yeah.
That's why he just texted me. I'm thinking it was his daddy.
That's Verl Jr.
Junior. Okay. The vintage shows. I don't know if you know them, Cat. A young group of guys out of Hampton, Alabama. Cat, when I tell you they come out driving with no verse and they go straight to the vamp and kill your house.
Oh yeah, I've seen them on online.
For some reason, Keita does that.
I mean, straight.
My boy, is this Rod Jones? D. Rod Jones?
Rod, doc.
It's D. Rod Jones.
Ain't no Rod. No.
Rod Jones did some studio work for us, just like Cat. I think Rod sent me about 5 tracks one time. I'm like, Rod, like you just slim me down to 2. You know what I'm saying? But look at my boy. Who was that?
It's Ike.
On Showtime.
Oh, he said too. He said Air. That was L. Spencer Smith with Air record.
Oh, Air. I didn't know that. I thought it was Mark Zan. I'm sorry. That must have been Spencer. Spencer with Mark Zan.
Yeah, Spencer Taylor was with Mark Zan.
I got you. Hey, so Kat, I think you done did some work with Miss Lindsay, correct?
Oh yeah, that's my guy, and we actually he just got me on the show. I think it's in June.
He just got me on the show. Connections.
Yep.
See, it's the small things that people don't get, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
They let their ego. Oh, Tyrone, he ain't nothing, man. He's on the gospel field. Son and Soul just said he got him on the show. It's about knowing people. You ain't arrogant. And Kat, I could say that about Kat. I told y'all the story about the yellow shirt. So okay, let's see what Joe say right here. Okay. You know what? And Kat, I don't know if you want me to say this, But me and Catherine talked about the Bible. Some things about the Bible, and Josh, you can comprehend because you're a minister. I'm not a minister. Some things we comprehend different. Say it like that. You know what I'm saying? I understood Cat's when Cat. I don't know if you remember when we was in Nola, Mississippi. We played at actually it was a church that was written out the gym. And we played at it. And me and Cat, you drove it was a smaller car, maybe in a Tesla. I'm trying to help you remember the show. Jeff came. Jeff played guitar for me that night.
Okay. Yeah, that was Nissan. We drove them Nissan Z's.
Okay. But Cat explains, shared with me some things about what he believed and what he don't believe and whatnot. And I listened, and Cat believing, you probably don't remember, but I remember this stuff to the day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I respect everyone's beliefs. You understand, Josh? Yeah. I really do. Your beliefs are your beliefs.
Oh yeah.
We can agree to disagree.
Exactly.
And that's what Cat wrote a song about. Cat wrote a song, Josh, about we need to come together. We need to come together. And name. What's the name of the song, Cat?
Everything gonna be all right.
Everything gonna be all right. To me, the song was written at the right time, Josh. We going through a pandemic. We catching hell with Trump. You see what I'm saying? Everybody spread it out. We would spread it out the most. I know me and Josh, because we in the same lifespan. Me and Josh never ever seen everybody spread out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And you wrote this song. Cat, this song should have been played in the White House.
Yeah. And my thing with that is, and this is a whole nother conversation, but
write it down,
like,
Josh.
It's like we have to be aware of the assignment, the assignment and the agenda of where we at and who we are dealing with, and that's one thing that we, as a people, we don't want to look at the ugly truth, because sometimes the ugly truth is not traditional. It's not a part of the programming, and you have to understand that all of this is a part of the programming.
Mm-hmm.
It's for a bigger picture, one that most of us can't see because we've been blinded by the smoke. That's a whole nother day, whole nother conversation. And I have to be careful when I talk about that, because most people can't. This message is not for the masses. It's not for the world. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I guess who just texted me?
George Dean.
No. Kingfish just texted me, man.
Kingfish?
The Kingfish.
Kingfish watching her parts?
The Kingfish is watching. Cat, let's see what this say for Cat. Cat is a great leader because he is a humble father. That's common. And Squirt, I found out, not that I was testing the waters or whatnot, but when this man asked me, he say, "Hey man, you got a shirt for me?" Cause we all out there dressed in the shirt. You know what I'm saying, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
This man say, "You got a shirt for me?" I was like, wow. I got people that I done given 3 shirts to don't want to wear them.
Oh, give me a shirt. I ain't got no shirt.
You know, I got to get a MylesHouse shirt too. And Cat, you got a Mr. Sipp shirt that we can get to?
Yeah, I need one of your shirts, Myles.
Yeah, we got to. We need to.
We got to, man. We got to, man.
I would show Rocket clean on one of my stages. You know,
come on
and talk about you. This guy shirt I'm wearing right here, he's a bad man.
So and I think this pretty much all the. And Cat, man, I'm gonna be straight up with you. Me and Josh been doing this is week number 2.
Say that again.
Week number 2. This is week number 2.
Yeah, this is week number 2.
Yeah, week number 1 was
It's really week number 1 because week number 1 we got shut off.
We got shit down. YouTube got us. But Kat, you got promoters on here. I saw Miss Bill on here, Miss Stacy. I see Miss LaShawn Crump. I think she booked for John P. Key. And you was talking about the Henry Green album, and I know John P. Key cut a track on there.
Oh yeah,
that was a slamming track. In my opinion, I loved it.
I remember that whole album.
Josh, Kat, you play guitar on that?
I made a chorus song on that record.
Bass.
Say it again.
I play guitar and bass, and I think horns.
Oh my God, I gotta go back and listen to this. I gotta go back and listen to it again because I'm trying to tell you. To me, I think Kat, you put a song out on the album though, right? Is that what you telling us?
Yeah, Leaning Independent on You, Rance Allen song.
Leaning, I got to go listen to that one too.
Peter, we got 9 minutes. We're gonna be on here 3 hours, buddy.
No, we finna be gone. But listen, man, Kat, Josh, y'all got last word. Listen, let me say my last word. Listen, y'all tune in next Wednesday. I appreciate everyone for sharing because I've been not complaining, asking y'all to share all day. I appreciate y'all sharing. I appreciate Josh getting me the flyer 2 hours prior to the. So maybe we're going to get a flyer right after this, okay, with the next date on it. So we can try to get up to 100. We want to get Harry T people on here. You know what I'm saying? Harry T, my boy. He my boy. I ain't got nothing against him. But we like to thank everybody for coming on. Josh, you can run the next gig if you want to. Kat, Josh, y'all got last words. Again, we appreciate y'all. God bless America. This is my last time saying something. I'm going to let Josh and Kat take us out.
Hey, I'm just gonna say thank y'all, man. Thank everybody for coming on. We just getting started, so we trial and erroring. We just doing the best we can. We thank y'all for coming in with us. Want to see y'all next week, Kat.
I just want to say thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for inviting me on here. Much love and respect to everybody that's doing what they love to do, or dreaming about doing what they love to do. I wish you Godspeed and stay up.
Man, last thing I'm gonna say, I guess I'm gonna say the last thing today, but subscribe to Cubs Band, Cleveland, Mississippi, YouTube. Subscribe to Cubs Band on Facebook. Subscribe to follow Petey Parks on Facebook. Follow Cat Cole on Facebook. What's your YouTube, Castro?
Mr. Sipp, TMBC.
Yeah, I got it, Mr. Sipp, TMBC. And we're going to ask y'all to subscribe to MylesHouse Music as well. And
go vote.
Sure.
Go vote. You already know it.
Go vote, Josh Myles. All your Stella, how you say it, Josh?
We in the second round of Stella ballot. So go to thestellaAwards.com.
And we will find Josh Myles up on what category?
Category 25, Quartet Album of the Year.
Quartet Album of the Year. And listen, man, this is a guy that, like I said, he came out the blue. He just came out of nowhere. But at the same time, he is providing some of the best music to put your ears to. So we would like all the ones. And Josh, I'm assuming that you have to be registered with the Stella Awards to vote. Is that correct?
Not right now. This is public voting, so it's open to the public. Anybody can vote. So we need everybody to go vote.
So I'm wrong. So therefore, it's category. I mean, it's steps. I'm assuming, in this step that the public can vote. So we need to put Northeast Mississippi where he needs to be. Okay. And Josh, I think you got one. Is that right?
Yeah, me and Keith won one in 2020.
Rest in peace, Keith. Yeah,
my boy.
Yeah. So listen, man. We trying to. And see, that's what musicians is about, man. Cat get it, man. Listen, man. We about pushing each other. Cat done shared some information with us tonight that he didn't have to share. He could have kept it out to himself. You know what I'm saying? And I know it was some helpful information from the comments. I see June the 10th, Greenwood, Mississippi. Cat, you doing that?
Yep.
Oh my God, Cat doing Greenwood without me. Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jeff, you make sure you do it right, because if you don't do it right, I'm gonna be on the side. I'm gonna be one of the musicians on the side.
Let me say this before we go. Listen, man, everybody get on water, man. Start drinking water. Water is a lifesaver. That's what talk about. People don't talk about. But man, water got the power. And I'm saying this from a guy that only started drinking water maybe 2 years ago. I never drunk water, and I feel so much better. Skin is so much better. My energy is so much better. It's just so much better. Water. So y'all drink some water, man.
Now it goes back to this, Josh. I've been on Josh for this for years. This is real talk. Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
As well. You're right.
Cat can have Stellas, Grammys, Doves, and all that stuff. I imagine Cat would choose to stay here with his family and be around his family, see his grandkids grow up, than to clock out of here.
You're right.
We all know what clock out of here means.
Mm-hmm.
So health is wealth. Cat, and this is gonna be another conversation. Oh, let me write this down. It's a lot of us that don't comprehend it. It's a lot of us that we got to do GoFundMes to bury us.
Yeah, and I'm saying this, Peter. That's something I said in 1997. That is what.
Oh my God!
I said that in 1997. It would not be me. You know.
See what I'm saying? So it's a lot more to talk about as far as the industry. Keep calling me love. It's a lot that we can talk about within the industry that we need to talk about. Cat, I appreciate you. Last word, Josh and Cat, and we out to next Wednesday. Okay.
Peace.
Y'all gonna say last words?
We said it.
Hey man, God bless. We're gonna play some of Cat's videos. He got a Played Yourself. I think it's Played Yourself video.
The Come On Over video.
He got some videos, like some legit videos. And I want to show him some videos that I have done with the band or whatnot. But I know he got some medical videos or whatnot, them videos. And like, we want to show you the standard, man. Like, this is the baseline.
I think we're gonna have to give you the link to like the Malico videos and stuff, because they'll shut us off again.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna play them then. Unless Castro contact them. God bless. Hey man, we out. Cat, I appreciate you, man. I love you, man. Josh, I appreciate you, bro. I love you.
Love you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Cat.
Okay.
Y'all be safe, man.